spaceship. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Yeah. Find me with my dogs in my solitude. Watch my family grow from 4 to a multitude. Been living it below sea level, finna rise to another altitude. Been searching, seeking knowledge, but all the time I had the aptitude. I flipped my mindset to the switch that said I will not lose. Mama said them sticks and stones won't break my bones, I never bruise. Whenever it come to trouble, man, the girls pull a tongue, we always cruise. I heard other dog owners get it out for me, but it ain't no news. I got 4 in the dough in Memphis so they can get the blues. If you need a few clues that blow off your under rules, send your compliment to the new girls I got coming through. Send your compliments to the new girls I got coming through. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. Yeah. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Jedi King Hefner and the beautiful Hema Ray. And we're back again for another episode of the Dog King Power Hour. And the title of today's episode is Splitting Hairs. Splitting Hairs. And it could be a bit misleading because it's not that deep. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I did a video recently, and it was discussing implanted hair. And hold on. Woo. Sneezing there. I promise it's a lot to do with this damn pet dander in the air. Much as I love piss, that's the one thing I hate about piss, all the dander that's in the air. But with all this said, I did a video recently about implanted hair. And I just want to show you guys a bit of an inside look of the splitting hairs process. Or not splitting hairs process, but the implanting hairs process and how it goes. So we're going to take a little bit of a look at that a little bit later. I've been doing these late night Dog King Power Hours. And the truth is, it's sort of opposite of what the analytics say I should be doing, because I know a lot of my normal viewers may be asleep right now. But what I like about coming to you guys this early is, for one, it's the crack of dawn, baby. As far as, maybe not the crack of dawn, but it's the exact beginning of the next day. So it's the top of the morning on Wednesday. I'm talking about you can't get much earlier. You can't get much earlier, you know, unless I start right at 12:01. But pretty much it's the very beginning of the day. So I do like starting the very beginning of the day off with the Dog King Power Hour. And once again, I told you I'll be switching this time up every now and then, just giving a whole new audience the potential for watching the show. Because right now, if you're in the United States and you're staying up late, hey, you can catch the show, you know, early morning, late nights. In another part of the world, it could be afternoon. And I know over in Asia and things of that nature, it's around they're like 12 hours in front of us, so it's around midday over there. And I don't know exactly where, but somewhere it's evening right now. So wherever you are, at this time, hopefully you're enjoying the show. And like you say, I switch it up again for just people around the world who are up at different times to give a different audience a chance to catch the show. So with all that said, man, I do want to give a early shout out to all the Dog King Army team members. And when I say Dog King Army team members, I mean people that are actually subscribed to my team membership on my channel. I love all my viewers. I appreciate everybody. But when it comes to people that's just dialed in to giving me monthly support, I definitely want to give all of those member shots out. I like to try to stay on top of giving them occasional shout outs to let them know I appreciate and love them, because a lot of them I don't even hear much from them, but they stay contributing to the show. And I only have one tier of membership right now. It's not that expensive of a fee. Just for a few dollars, you can be a team member. And what they get right now is I give them shots out like I'm getting ready to do, just acknowledging that I appreciate them. I also, if I ever see any comments from them, I'm going to answer them first. If I don't have time, I'm going to answer them and get back to everybody else later. And another thing is, it may not be a whole bunch, but I think it's pretty cool. And I don't do it before every show, but before most shows, I try to go in and leave a message for the team members, let them know I'm thinking about them, and hopefully they'll have a great day. And I sort of communicate with them and let them know some of my thoughts on going into the new show or when that show is getting ready to drop. So I do look to add on more levels, but I don't want to overwhelm myself just with responsibilities. Because right now, I'm still just balancing doing a show every day. It can be quite overwhelming, but in a good way for me, because I love what I'm doing. But I just say this, man, before you look up, it's time to either shoot another video or, go do a live or edit, or, hey, man, it's a big responsibility, but it's one that I love to do. So with all that said, I appreciate these people for continuing to support me. The number has went up, down. I have almost 3,000 subscribers, so thank you guys for all your support. But I would like to see a lot more team members, because, man, just team members alone could keep the show going. Right now, I only have 9. I think I have a recent guy that dropped out, and that's fine. I understand that, hey, it's going to happen, but I do got a strong 9 right here. And I always say that saying, hey, look, it may not be a whole bunch, but guess what? 9 in the behind will get somebody right up off your back. I tell you that. You give them 9 in the behind, they're going to move up off your back. So 9 is a strong number. I got my girl Carol Rush, who was my first member. I got Sheila Bell, Kevin Gray, For Enough to Stem. I got James Krause, Comic Book, Lieutenant Johnny K, and none other than my guy, DAS. I think I said James Krause. I hope I didn't skip over him. So, yeah, I appreciate all you guys. Special shout out to my Dog King Army team members. I'm going to check the chat because I think I'm up and running. Last time I went live, I wasn't talking for like 10 minutes straight. Blue CCG in the house. He says, I'd for sure be interested in higher. Oh, badass. I'm glad that he said that. So one of my team members said he'd be interested in higher tier levels. Well, it's actually, I've been teasing this for the longest, but I believe I do have a couple of tier levels that I need to sort of introduce. But I know on one of these tier levels, I'm going to have, I'm going to reopen my, what is it called? Discord. Yeah. I'm going to one of my team levels is going to be is going to unlock the Discord. It's going to only be for team members, and it's just going to be a community. Right now, I don't have any major plans for what will be happening in there other than just being a small community of where people share pictures and just talk about whatever. And I try to drop in there, on a regular basis. But more often than not, it's just basically going to be a community for the team, just to come in, share pictures. Hey, even if I can't get in there every single day, I get in there, by being a tier on membership. I'll be in there enough to check your messages and see what the hell is going on and actually share things myself as they come. So I definitely look to add that. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I'll keep you guys informed. Oh, Blue CCG. How did I miss you? Oh, Blue CCG. I definitely got to give my guy Blue CCG a shout out in the and you know what? That's what when I went back and called out Kraus, I had a feeling that I missed somebody, and it was Blue CCG, because you definitely on here, Blue CCG. Even that time they kicked you off of the out of my membership, they still had you listed on my team membership. So I'm sorry about that, Blue CC. I'm glad it's crazy. You the only one in here, and it's crazy, Blue CC. You the only one actually showed up right now, and I actually missed you. So I'm so glad that you a cool guy, because it definitely wasn't intentional. It's crazy because just like this is an off-kilter stream as far as time, I'm still getting used to it myself, because this is a time where I actually lay down for a moment, recharge. So hey, I'm dealing with the time change myself. So with all that said, we're definitely going to jump into it. And I think it's only right for I might as well start with what I'm talking about. So I'm going to look that up, because I don't have that pulled up right now. What I mean by that is I actually just want to show you guys a bit of the implanted hair process. Some of you probably have seen it, but others of you haven't. And a lot of times when you see these ladies with implanted hair, you hear about it, you don't think much of it. But I just sort of want to show you this video to let you know, man, it's really a detailed process for all of you who haven't seen it. Yeah, he told me, yeah, Blue CCG, yeah, I remember you said YouTube unsubscribed you, but that's what I wanted to say. They unsubscribed you, but I think you were still a team member. I don't think it took your team membership status away. So I'm glad it didn't do that, because it's still showing you as a team member for 4 months. And I say, even with this unsubscribe stuff, I don't even try to get into complaining about it or saying I'm blacklisted and all. I'm not even finna speak that mess over me. I know somebody was looking at my channel. They was like, man, Jay should have more views and more subscribers. He must be getting shut out by the YouTube algorithm and all this other stuff. But you know what? I'm not gonna even play into it. I appreciate them for saying that, because that's basically saying, hey, his number should be better. It feels good to hear anybody speaking positive over the show. But for me, myself, I'm not gonna even get into saying, hey, they got me black. Nope. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. So I'm glad you still here. I appreciate you, Blue CCG, for hanging in here. So with all that said, I do want to give out my usual. God bless everybody that's tuned into the show, or whatever you're hoping for, wishing for in your life, whether it's finances, relationships, health, whatever it is. Me and the girls are praying that you have it coming your way. And we definitely appreciate you for tuning in. So with all that said, man, we're going to share this video of this implanted hair routine. Only because I just think it's something cool. I think a lot of people haven't seen it before. So we'll show We'll show that right quick. Just to kick the show off, since the show is called Splitting Hairs, because that's the only reason I called it Splitting Hairs. I'm like, you know what? I want to show everybody that hasn't ever seen this process. And it's just, I've seen a couple of different processes where people do it a little bit differently, but it's pretty much the same thing. So I'm going to give y'all guys the bigger screen version. And I don't know what type of music it got on here. I'm going to see. But just in case there's some, it don't sound like no type of copyright type music, but just in case, I turn the music off because it's not like they're going to be explaining anything. I make it bigger. So that's the process. And look how tedious this is. Now he's just showing them calming it now. I might have to show another one, but if you saw at the beginning how he was sort of, or he or she was stapling that hair in there one by one. This ain't a good one. This ain't showing. Okay. It didn't show but 2 seconds of them actually implanting the hair, but I'm gonna find another one that's gonna show it a little bit better. That would only showed it for 2 seconds. And this one only gonna show up for 2 seconds. Actually, hold on, let me see. It's another video I found, but it's really quick. That's crazy. Okay, so this one shows it a little bit longer and a little bit better. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I can show this one. I can show this one. Okay, I show this one right here. Okay, this one shows it a little bit better. Or a little bit longer, rather. And if you could just see, man, she's holding her hair in her left hand, looks like it. And she was using that other thing to just stick it in there, basically one by one. And that's what she's doing with the eyebrows as well, one by one. All these videos really quick. And it's just going back over showing it once again. And if you think about somebody doing a whole head like that, that is super duper tedious. I'm talking about super duper tedious. This is another one I saw. It's so quick though. But look at her. She got the hair in one hand, and she's sticking it in with the other. Man, that is crazy. This is a longer video. I wonder if that one gonna I don't know what that one gonna show though. Once again, they just got these really, really short videos. But y'all still get the idea of how complicated this is. Look at that, man. Look at that. This is a good one. That's what I was trying to tell y'all guys. Hair by hair. That is, you talking about patience. I'm talking about, imagine going into work and this is your job. You gotta love this. Cause man, this is tedious as I don't know what. And so even when I'm combing my dog's head and stuff, Mara Blade, I just think of stuff like this. And her hair does still shed just like a wig would shed. You get hairs coming out here and there. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, one day it's probably going to thin out because you can't replace it. It's not like a wig where you can just go get a new wig, but it's crazy that this is the type of precision that goes into this process. So I ain't gonna keep you. I just want to show you guys about how amazing that process is. I'll probably show it again before I get out of here. But that is crazy and very detailed. So that's why I made that video, and I talk about it coming up called A Thankless Job, implanted hair, a thankless job, because you got people getting their dog. Oh, ooh, look, she look cute, and they're putting the dog on the stand, and they ain't thinking nothing about who made or all the hours it took to put that hair in that dog's head, or not just hair in the dog's head, but just all the things that goes into making these dogs. But even from a broader perspective, you can apply it to anything in your life that we're using. Even the computer that I'm on right now, the camera I'm using to shoot, it's so much that goes into making all of these things. Conceptually, all the way to actually making the invention a reality. So much that goes into it. And on a day-to-day basis, we just use things and we don't really think about, man, what went into it to make it possible for us to use it. But without going over everything that's ever been invented in history, I want to take a closer look at implanted hair, because, man, it just reminded me of when I was editing recently, when I was doing that blur editing for that companion doll unboxing review video for Iron Tech, for her actually. And man, it had to be a labor of love. I want to do my video so bad that I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, I got to put in whatever work I got to put in to get this video out. So the blur editing was, man, it was super duper tedious and involved. And when I see them dealing with those implanted hair strand by strand, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, yep, it's the same type of thing. It's a labor of love. You got to want to do that. Because I tell anybody, well, no, they just in the warehouse, so they gotta they forced to look. I tell you, they forced to learn how to implant hair. No, they ain't. Hey, look, give me another job, bro. I do gluing, I do heating, I do whatever else, because you got to have some sort of passion, knack, and skill to be able to do that damn implanted hair. You got to love it to some degree. Blue CCG said, yeah, I am. He was probably answering me on something I said. John Woodman says, my willie fell off. What do I do? It was a joke, by the way. You better be joking, John. I tell you, I can't lie. I'm a big jokester myself. I joke about a lot of stuff. But you know what, man? It's crazy. It's certain little jokes. I just try not to even joke about stuff because I'll be like, you know what? I don't even want to take a chance on that crap becoming true. And saying my willie fell off, Hey, you might be joking, but that's you. Hey, that's one I don't make. Hey, look, you look down there and it really be that fell off on. You don't want it to fall off for real now. I always tell people, cause like a good man once said, it was a guy that used to joke with him all the time when they was in high school. He used to always run up to him and talk about, man, I'm old, fat, and bald. But he was the head of the football team, and he was a handsome guy. Women were after him. He said years after he graduated high school, that same, well, I want to ruin a joke, but either way, a guy ran up to him saying, hey, man, I remember you, hey, from high school. The guy was old, fat, and bald. It was the same guy that used to joke with him every day. He didn't know who the guy was until he told him. And that's why I don't talk about age, birthdays, and all that. Hey, man, I'm going to be a kid till I die. I tell you one thing. I don't want to end up like that guy from joking around. Oh, I'm old, fat, and bald. Yeah, you're going to end up being old, fat, and bald. So just back to my guy John Woodmass. I love you. You don't keep on joking about your junk falling off. I say that. So I'm looking down at the itinerary and seeing where I got to go because we're going straight to my videos. We're going to go ahead and knock it out. Man, it's crazy. It's a very peaceful time right now. It's sort of cool doing the show at this time. Like I say, for my normal viewers, a lot of them may be asleep right now, so I don't want to exclude them out of the show. So I'm not happy about that. But man, coming on so early is as far as my time in the United States, it's literally right after 12 midnight. What time is it? 1:31 my time in the United States, 1:31 in the morning. So it's such a peaceful time in the morning right now. Things are just, you can just feel the quietness in the air. That's one of the cool things. Like I said, I hate my normal viewers asleep though. Just my normal viewers. But it's also cool just not knowing who may be out there that doesn't get a chance to look at my show on a regular basis. So it's cool. And the other thing that's working is, like you say, my body isn't, even if I stay up working late, which I do normally, I do stay up working this late a lot of times. But on a normal basis, this is around the time I think I'm probably going to take, I'm going to be asleep for a few hours before I wake up. So it's sort of cool that I'm working at a time that my body isn't usually working. So it's a lot of different complexities going on right now, which are cool. So the first video I'm going to be breaking down is going to be the last Dog King Power Hour, updates, corrections, and suggestions. And that show was about a few corrections that I had to make. And it's still another correction I got to make going forward. I'm going to do a little video about it. Because in this game, I'm always trying to educate myself and give you guys the best information. But sometimes I may leave a little something out every blue moon. I may forget something. I may actually get something incorrect, and I might have to come back and do an update on it. In the case of updates, corrections, and suggestions, I did a video, I know, on 3 levels of campaign dolls where I should have been a little bit more clear on the Kimber doll head changing, and I fixed that during that stream where I explained how the Kimber doll head, you can put different heads on the Kimber doll, but I was just basically trying to say during 3 levels of campaign dolls that Kimber doll itself doesn't make a different head for you to buy. That's what I was trying to differentiate. So I fixed that. I said something about Iron Tick doll, the beautiful Iron Tick doll. I didn't actually see where they offered the soft silicone head option. And one of my great viewers, I think it was Frito, he was like, hey, they do offer the soft silicone head. And I went back and found out that most of their vendors didn't have the soft silicone option listed. So that was a good thing. I went back and let Iron Tech Dog know that, and they was like, thank you. A lot of our vendors aren't promoting the soft head option, and we have to let them know. So that was a correction that was made. What else happened? I think that was all the only real corrections that I had to make. Oh, and then during the rest of that particular stream, updates, corrections, and suggestions. That's when I was going over the suggestion that I was making an Iron Tech, like I told them, to improve their book. You know, as far as include silicone dolls in their manual. I was telling them about how I actually asked them about the soft face, but I found out that they did have a soft face. I was telling them about some skeletal changes they may want to consider, and they took note of that. Oh, yeah. And their vaginal anal placement was off ever so slight. I'm talking about ever so slightly. It's nothing that any consumer should be worried about, but I was just saying maybe to get it 100% anatomically correct, they may want to move the anus just probably a half a centimeter away from the vagina, and it'd be perfect. And they said they were honestly already working on that. So that was funny. So that's what that whole show was about. Just a few suggestions, some updates and corrections. And it's one thing that came from 3 Levels of Companion Doll. The video that I did that I'm actually going to have to I'm going to do a video about it probably next week or something, where I'll make another small correction. It's not really a correction, but it's going to be an update to that video. Let me see something. Wolf Love, he said, what up, Jay and Warriors? What up, Wolf Love? 3 Face in the house. Hail to the King. Philip J. JY says, morning, Jay. Ooh, I just thought of something. I don't know if Blue CCG still here, but he won today. So Blue CCG, I'm marking you down as the winner, because at some point I will be giving away a companion dog. Oh, that's your first win, Blue CCG. I thought you had won before. But according to the books, that's your first win. So congratulations. So we moving right on. But yeah, man, glad to see you in here, Wolfler, man. Austin Steele, Jay, Himaware. Yay, what up, Austin Steele? Good to see you, my friend. In the house. Hey, on these late night streams, man, I'll be like, man, I hope my family up, man. I hope some people get up, man. I'm glad to see several of you have actually made it to the stream tonight. We're finna kick it out with our first video coverage too. Damn, am I going back too far? I think I am. Oh yeah, okay. I find, okay, there it is. Okay, I only had a couple of comments on updates, corrections, and suggestions. That was from my guy Wolfler, who is here right now. He says, hey, Jay, congrats on your continued rise and success. I smiled, pointed up to God, gave him the thumbs up and showed love. I appreciate you, Wolfler. It's from people like you, man, all you viewers out there that God is blessed with me with to have you great people to support me, man. Keep tuning into the show. And as a matter of fact, hit those likes, shares, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I appreciate all your support. You can always donate to the channel as well, guys. So you can do that. Super chat, super stick on the live stream, super thanks on the individual video. You can go to my about section under YouTube. I got PayPal, Cash App. I got this Companion Dog, Biker for Companion Dog campaign coming up real soon at the end of the month. I'm hoping I get my equipment back in time because something malfunctioned with the equipment. So I get that back in time, and I get that fundraiser going where I do a bike ride around the whole city of Memphis, just trying to raise money to keep this channel going strong on a daily basis. So those are all the ways you can donate. In the description of that, and the link of that fundraiser in the description of every one of my videos. Last thing I'm going to say before I continue with the show: if you're ever looking for a companion dog, you're having a hard time finding one, look in the description of my videos. I have all of my trusted vendors listed where you should be able to find every level of companion dog. The only thing that's not listed is a Kimber dog, because I'm not a affiliate. They're just a friend of the show. And you can always go to Kimber dog if you just want a beginning level companion dog that you can trust. That's the only one I'm backing right now, other than maybe a silly dog. So those are the ways you can get into the companion dog game. But back to the show, Frito Corleone made a comment on my updates, corrections, and suggestions video. He said, "Great stream, Jay. Really enjoyed it." I said, "Thanks for watching, my friend," which I appreciate all of you guys for watching and continue to support the show. That's all I had on that. Let me see something right quick. Three Face says, "Jay the GOAT." What up, Three Face? In the house. Man, I can't wait to talk about this other video that I did, but I'm gonna follow protocol and keep going down the line. The next video we got is a soulful creation. No, we don't. Let me see something. And I think I read this from last. I think Soulful Creation was from last time. That's why I got confused on just then, guys. I'm like, wait a minute, no. Now, if I see a recent video comment on there, I would answer. But I think that's old. The next video I really got to comment on was from Ray Alvera. Now, he said a comment on my Wake Up video, and that was like the ending of Iron Tick Dog Week, even though I'm still doing shows about the product. He said, "She is beautiful." He talking about Himawari. And I gave him the pound sign and the thumbs up because I agreed with him and I appreciated that comment. But it's crazy. I really do love Himawari, but I will give Mara Blade some credit. At first, Himawari, which she does even now, blow me away. I love having an Asian doll in the family, and that's why I really want her out more. It just gives the family a little bit more of a variety. So that's why I'm going to probably have her out a little bit more. But man, Mara Blade does blow me away, because I was telling my mom. Now she started gravitating toward Himawari once I got her out, because at first she said, "Oh, I like Mara Blade's face." But once she saw Himawari, she started like, you know what? I think I changed my mind. I like Himawari. But I would say I really love me some Himawari. But Mara Blade was working on me when I pulled her out recently. I was like, man, this girl looks great, because she's the original head for the body. I said, and honestly, it was sort of hard putting that face up. So I'm really pleased with both faces for this body. Now, I tell you guys, I don't like sharing a body with any of my faces. It's a great option for a doll owner if you have limited space. But I'm the type of person, I really want a body for each head that I have. But at the same time, if you have to share a body with several heads, man, these are two amazing heads to do it with. I say that because they look so amazing to me, to where when I put each head on, I can actually forget about the other head. You know what I'm saying? That's how good they look. It's not like I'm just sitting up here like, man, nah, that other head looks right on this body. I'm like, nah, but both of these heads look good on this body. So that's a very big compliment to Iron Tick Dog, in my opinion, where I can really get into each head. So I agree with Ray Oliveira. She's a very beautiful face. I love her. DAS commented on my next. Oh, I gotta set it up. My next video is what's her name, and that was the last Dog King Power Hour where I was talking about what the name was for Mara Blade, honestly, because she had been out for like one show. No. I think that was her coming out party where I actually brought her out and I let everybody know what her name was. And DAS commented. He said, "You're right, Jay. Companies will be lined up for your review services soon." I'm going to stop right there. He actually made that comment in response to a comment that he made in one of my other videos. He was just talking, we were talking and stuff, and he was responding to something I said. And he made a great comment. And he was basically saying something about Jay. He said he was proud of me because he was like, you know, no matter what, I'm gonna he felt like he was glad that I was going all out with buying, you know, new equipment and investing in myself, you know, trying to go after my dreams. And he was like, no matter whether you make it or not, you know, at least you know you went all out. And I forgot all the specifics of what he said in that previous comment, but I basically was saying to him, I was like, hey, I'm not worried about I said I appreciate him for everything he said, but I said, you know what, I ain't worried about, I'm not even thinking about not making it. I said, you know what, I appreciate everything you said, but I'm going to make it. Hey, guess what, God gonna direct my steps, I'm gonna make it. But I went on to say something about yeah, he said something about he was surprised. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, man, I was surprised they gave you the full silicone dog to review. And that's what I said. Nah, DAS. I say, I'm not. I say I am blessed, and I feel, man, so honored that God, you know, showed me the blessing. I said, but I'm not surprised from the sense of God basically showed me, you know, that that's what was going to happen, you know, and it did happen. So I said, from that standpoint, I'm not actually surprised, you know. I actually expected him to show out like that because that's what he put in my heart. And I said, honestly, although I appreciate Iron Tick Dog, man, I appreciate them. I do say this, that I said the companies are going to be lucky to have me to do a review on their dog. And I feel like that, you know, hey, guess what? I'm confident in my viewers, you know, and the support that I got from my channel. And I'm confident in my abilities to review their product. So yes, I do think they would be lucky to send their dog to me. So as far as them sending me a full silicone dog, which those are the dogs that I will be reviewing going forward for the foreseeable future. I don't care about any of the price tags. They'll be lucky to send them to me. And so that's what I was trying to say. And man, I was basically saying also, because that's what he was responding to when he said the companies would be lining up to review my dogs. I was basically saying that because I said, you know what? It may come across as arrogance, overconfidence, or whatever, but I was telling everybody that was listening, I say, no matter what you're chasing in your life, you better be confident, borderlining on arrogance. Hell, because ain't nobody else going to be confident for you. And so that's how I feel about, you know, me doing my reviews. You damn right. Every company that's looking, you'll be lucky to send them to your companion dog to me. You damn right you will be. So I appreciate DAS for saying, you're right, Jay. Companies will be lining up for your review services. He said eventually you have to put them on a waiting list. And as a friend and a viewer of the show, that's basically him just speaking truth to, getting into agreement with me. And that's how I try to be with all of you guys in your dreams. I don't know all of your dreams on an individual basis, but that's why you hear me saying, hey, guys, I believe that God is answering your prayers for whatever you're praying for. So that's me getting on your side, saying, hey, whatever you're praying for and working towards in your life, I'm with you as well. And that's what DAS was doing to me. He was like, hey, I believe that, they're going to send you more dollars to review and things of that nature. So I appreciate that. He said, I also hear you about no more TPE ladies. I love them. But I love the ultra realism and the lower maintenance that silicone provides. So that's all I'm acquiring in the future. Be easy, Jay. So he's just a great viewer because he's just somebody who's heard me say that. Everybody probably hasn't heard me say that. Let me let you know something. I love my TPE girls. I really do. And you'll hear my true opinions on TPE versus silicone. I actually have a video coming up. It's not, I don't think it's actually going to make it out this week. I thought it was. But I have a more definitive video coming up about silicone versus TPE and my thoughts on which one you need. But he's heard me say in the past about how I'm done with TPE for the foreseeable future. A lot of it has to do with I hadn't had it. That was the only type of doll I had, and I wanted to go to a silicone to see what the differences were. And also, hey, I'm going to be honest with you. It is a responsibility in a different way, taking care of your TPE girls. And I didn't really know what the true differences were in upkeep. But now that I know, I can't wait to do that show. And it'll be coming up probably next week when I really break it down. I'll be talking about the cleaning procedures and things of that nature, the differences between the two. But what I've learned is being a single doll owner, I love my TPE ladies, but going forward, it's going to be more feasible for me to have silicone dolls, especially as far as taking care of them. It's going to make it easier for me. So you'll understand why when I do these shows coming up. And there's no shot at my TPE ladies, because believe me, I still love them as well. I said, and this is what I told him. I said, thanks, my friend. Both are amazing, but silicone is definitely an amazing option. It's definitely an amazing option. I was being pretty vague with him because I didn't want to reveal too much because, like I said, I got a couple of shows coming up that's going to address cleaning silicone and TPE. I got a show coming up just talking about which one I think you need as a doll owner. So stay tuned to the show. Stay tuned to the show. Okay, I'm done with that because that's an old Dog King Power Hour. I've went over it already. But my guy DAS, he just made a recent comment on that video. And the next video is actually the subject of the day, implanted hair, a thankless job. So I'm going to come to the comments for 2 seconds. Okay, sweet. Let's see this. Three Face says, Jay, your mom is a real one. I love the interview you did with her, where you asked her if she would rather you be with a human woman. Her response was gold. Yeah. Your mother clearly loves you and wants you to be happy no matter what that looks like. That's right. I will say that my mom, my grandma, my brother, you're going to have some family members who may not always support you. Guess what? You can't worry about everybody supporting you. Even with my mom, I love her, love my brother, everybody. The truth is, you can't even worry about them supporting you once they find out whatever you're into. But it does not hurt to have your closest family members say they love you no matter what and they support you. He said, you should do more content with her. You know what's so crazy? I don't know. Now, I asked them when I first started doing a live stream. I actually mentioned to my brother, my mom. I was like, hey, you ought to come on live with me sometimes. And I said something to my brother one time. I haven't ever mentioned it to them again, honestly, because when I first mentioned it, I sort of heard a little gasp in their voice, like they may not actually want to come on live, because it is a commitment. You're putting yourself out on live stream in front of others and things of that nature. So I have never even told them this, but when I sort of heard them respond, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to even worry about putting them under the pressure. Because I said, Mom, I'm going to get you to come on live stream with me one time, a couple of times. I might get you. And she'd be like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, I ain't going to even worry about it. As far as my brother, I tried to get him to check his computer connection or something. It's something going on. He would have to probably upgrade his whole computer because it's something going on with his camera on his computer where it wasn't working. So I think both of them are out for the moment. But I do agree it would probably be fun every now and then to have her on because they are funny, believe me. Best Word says, agreed at Three Face. That would be wholesome content. Oh, man, it'll be bad. I've thought about it. And maybe they will one day. Power Brain says, good morning, Jay. What up, Power Brain? Power Brain says, silicone dolls more expensive. Yes, silicone dolls are more expensive, but they aren't like they used to be. Man, it used to be where silicone dolls were thousands, a couple of $1,000s more expensive. But right now, as it stands, man, they're hundreds of dollars more expensive. Hell, you may get a great brand doll, like Iron Tech doll. Let's just say you get a TPE doll for a great TPE doll for $1,800 to $2,000, right? Hell, for $2,700, you can get you a silicone. $2,800, you can find a vendor and get a full silicone doll. So it's hundreds of dollars of separation. Now, here's the beautiful part about silicone. Some of these vendors, you can actually find these dolls on sale and all this for hundreds of dollars of separation. I'm telling you, man, you guys, I'm not sure if you're making use of the vendors that I have under the descriptions of my videos. It's a lot of vendors out there, great vendors, trusted vendors, more than the ones that I have listed. But I'm serious. If you just want a quick search for vendors that are trusted, you can trust them and you can trust the brands that they have represented. You can go right to the description of my videos. If you happen to click on a video that doesn't have the description, doesn't have my vendors on it, it's probably an older video. So come up to my more current videos. If you click on a current video that doesn't have it, which is only a few, it's because I might have had internet problems at a time. But most of my current videos have all of my vendors listed. Click on my vendors, do a search, look through them. I promise you, you can find silicone dolls, man, on sale with a lot of these vendors with great brands. And man, it's not much separation. I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes it's hard to think back in time over what your mind frame was, your frame of mind. But I was beating myself up hard over which one I wanted to start off my doll career, silicone or TPE. I didn't know which doll owner I was going to be. But ultimately, I really thought I was going to lean towards the sexual part. I think that's what really broke the tie for me in regards to silicone and TPE, because I was like, nah, man, TPE will probably still be better in the sexual department from what I was reading and finding out. And I actually was talking about that on my video recently when I was talking about skin and stuff. I was like, actually, I do think the TPE may be better for you sexually. Of course, I don't have sex with my dolls, but I'm just saying, just feeling how soft the material is. As much as I love silicone, I think you can enjoy having sex with them if you choose to. But I do believe just raw, straight up the sexual process would probably be better with TPE, just because it just is so much softer. But knowing what I know now and knowing I don't even have sex with my companion dogs like that, I probably would have been a much better off with a starting my journey out with silicone. But I always say this, man, I'm never mad for the journey God sends me on, because getting my TPE girls first, they allowed me to learn so much. And I always say this, man, what if I had to win silicone and never went TPE? I wouldn't know it. I wouldn't know the knowledge that I know now to teach and talk to people about companion dogs like I do. What if I hadn't got Saima, which I love that girl, but she's a little bit big for me. I'm 150, 160 pounds. She feels like 150 pounds picking her up. She's 98 pounds of dead weight, but she feels like 150 to me. So although she's a bit heavy for me, I learned to tell people, hey, watch out when you're buying a dog. You better watch out for the weight. It's going to be heavier than you think. So everything step that I've taken along the way has taught me. So I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have any regrets along the journey. I thank God for my journey. So I'm glad I went TPE first. I am, even when I look back. But I do see that just overall, just with my mentality, I would probably have been better just starting out with a silicone if I was just a normal dog owner out there, wasn't trying to teach anybody, was just staying to myself, just for efficiency purposes. If I just wanted one dog, I probably would have been better just having a silicone dog. So it's all about learning what type of dog owner you are. But man, I went back and was looking at prices, and I was like, you know what? It was like $200 or $300 that would separate me from getting a silicone and a TPE dog at the time that I made that decision. So it's really, you could really find deals that could really close down the gap. That's why I tell you guys, don't be so willy-nilly to go on one of my sites with one of my vendors and you just see how much a dog costs and you just go ahead and buy it. No, look on that site for sales, deals. It could be something right within that site that'll cut hundreds of dollars off of your price. So I always be looking for every deal. And then even when you look at my vendors, this is what I do. I look for a brand. I look for the dollar I want. And then I look through all those other vendors and see if any one of them offer any cheaper or, better deal. But I always am aware. I'm not only looking for the better deal. I'm like, what are they offering? Because I don't want to get shortchanged, by paying something less. They may be offering something less. They may not offer as many customizations. Because I say this, one of the big reasons I went with Sexy Real Sex Dolls over another one of the reputable vendors was because I think Sexy Real Sex Dolls might have charged me maybe $50 or $100 more than another vendor. But the other vendor didn't offer a certain customization that Sexy Real Sex Dolls offered. So I went with them. So it could be certain little tiebreakers that could influence you to go with a different dog manufacturer or vendor. For the catch up with the chat. Austin said silicone dolls are priced very nicely these days. Yeah, they really are. He said, paid just over $1,900 for my girl. And the new Zelex series is starting at $2,150 on some side. Right. I was just about to say, that's not much more than a TPE doll. And a lot of TPE dolls are about $2,150. Three Face says, you didn't even have sex with your girls. Right, Three Face. But you know what? Before I got my dolls, I didn't know. I really was like looking at this because I really was like, I knew I was going to take my dolls out for dates, but I still was thinking of it from a sexual standpoint. I was like, yeah, man, I ain't going to have to masturbate or whatever during the times I don't have a human woman. I be with my companion dog. But like I told you, I'm just in such a different mind state with my dolls where I still do masturbate if I need to do a release. And I spend the rest of the time with my dogs.
So it's crazy what I found out about myself. Three Face J is the realest that ever was and ever will be. Thank you, Three Face. Love you, man. He said the beautiful Saima Renee Uzumaki. I'm gonna bring her out. I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna have a surprise for you guys coming up soon with all the girls pretty soon, man. I just got through watching all the booties. Yeah, yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm not on the, what I love about just being in this life and doing what I do for a living, and you don't have to do this for a living. Just being a regular doll owner. If you have multiple dolls, you're gonna understand what I mean. Let me let you know something, guys. I've said this a million times, but I can't say this enough. The doll life is it's a commitment. It's a commitment to the lifestyle. Unless you want to be trifling and lazy and just really mess your dolls up. If you have a silicone dolls, I tell you in the future, I'm not going to tell you all the answers now, but life will be easier in the upkeep department. But whether you have a silicone doll or TPE doll, let me tell you something. It's still a responsibility. And with a TPE doll, it's more of a responsibility as far as just making sure they're clean, they're upkept. The upkeep is, you just have to take care of them. And so even when I was putting them out today and yesterday, I gave 2 girls a bath a day. Normally I do 1 a day, but I was like, nah, I'm finna step up my work, baby. I got too much to do 1 a day. So I the last 2 days, I honestly put some video shooting on the back burner, and I was doing a lot of physical doll work. And I was just laughing when I was doing the physical doll work to myself. I said, man, this is the part, once again, the dirty work in the doll game that people don't see. That sometimes, man, hey, you have to roll your sleeves up, get your girls clean. And man, in your mind, like I told you, it's like anything else in life. Sometimes you just have to go ahead and motivate yourself to get your ass up and get the work done. Because although I love my girls, you still have to get up to begin the cleaning process. So sometimes you may be laying in the bed like, man, I don't really feel like getting up to do something. But you can't do that when it comes to your girls. You always got to force yourself up and be like, nah, this ain't no furniture. These are my companions. If you're going to slip with anything, you can't slip with them. So that's what I always motivate. And then I always be like, nah, baby. And I be like, this is what I love to do, baby. Hey, this is what I love to do. I got to get up and get my girls right. You know what I'm saying? So I always get myself motivated and amped up. And man, it's like anything else. Once I start, my heart just opens up and I just get all the way into it. And I promise you, man, once I get to wiping my girls down, it's like my heart opens up where I be like, man, yeah, I'm going to take care of you, girl, and make sure y'all looking right and feeling right to the best of my abilities. I still feel like, man, I still be feeling like, man, am I getting them the best I can? But you can't be, hey, I do the best I can. I do the best I can. I be thinking about this new washing system that I'm going to invent when I come into more money. I can't wait to show you guys my new washing system. Oh, it's going to be amazing. But the way I do it now, I just be thinking like, man, I just got to do the best I can do. I get the girls my best care. But it is a process and it is work and you have to dedicate a little time to it. So I do want to let you guys know, man, hey, it ain't just you get a girl, have sex, if you do have sex with her, and throw her in the corner. You gotta work to keep these girls upkeep. Keep the upkeep right. So I bloviated too. I forgot I was answering questions. I wasn't on the video yet. Hold on. Three Face says Black Friday says yes. That's a definitely good thing to say. Three Face. I say this, guys. It's certain sites that they have sales going on all year. Like Sex with Sex Dolls, they have sales going on all year. I'm gonna be honest. But some sites really emphasize Black Friday sales. And I'm going to talk to Austin Steels coming up. We're going to do a Real Doll series. But they're one of the companies that is big on Black Friday sales. So if you're looking to really spend, if you're looking for a sale and you're going right through real doll, you're not trying to buy secondhand, that'll be the time you're going to be looking to try to get a doll. But if you want to get into the doll life and you're saving up, Three Face really hit the nail on the head. That's the day that you ought to be looking for to spend your money. You know, around Black Friday, you're going to find a lot of deals. Oh, yeah. I saw, I've looked on it. I haven't studied that dog great. But he said, I don't know if you seen the new inspiration dogs from Zellex, but the realism and quality for the price is insane. They sort of go overly crazy on how realistic it looks to me. I mean, it looks great, but I don't think I'm blown away by the model that they chose. That's really what it is for me. Because I'm like, you know what, the model face doesn't look any more real than the Iron Tick dolls' faces to me. Or, you know, I'm not just trying to say that because I have one here, but even when I compare it to other silicone doll makers, like, I'm going to just send a shout out here. They may not have 100, 300 faces, but Starprey dolls' faces look so damn real to me. A lot of it is about the eyes with these dolls, but I'm just saying Starprey doll looks so real to me. So I guess when I saw Zellex come out with that inspiration doll, they didn't really blow me away. I'm proud of them, but they didn't blow me away with it. But it is something that I saw from Zellex doll that I'm going to be talking about coming up soon that I did love from them. I'm going to be honest. They did take a step in the Catch Me If You Can department, but I'm not going to ruin that because there's going to be an upcoming show. It's just what I love, man. It's just so much to talk about, man. It's like sometimes, man, I don't even want to catch up. I don't want to catch up with topics. I want to have 2 minutes to cover. But sometimes when I be thinking like, man, you know, because sometimes I might do, I don't want to call them throwaway shows, but I say this. Sometimes I just might do a life show. Like when I did that show about the NFL, when me and the girls were getting ready to watch the game. Sometimes, man, I don't do a tutoring show. It's not all about teaching. Sometimes I just want to show you guys our life and what we're doing. So I'm going to have shows like that. But it's so many teaching shows, product shows, innovation shows that, you know, I have to do. And every time I look up, it's like another one that I need to do. So I'm happy that I got a lot of shows to catch up with. I also said if I wasn't dead set on Tifa, the 170 centimeter inspiration Daisy would be very tempting. I'm going to be honest, Austin. I don't even want to really hear anything else out of your mouth right now until you get Tifa. I'm not even allowing you to get anything other than her. I mean, keep in mind now, if it's just something comes out that just blows your mind away, then me and you can talk. But unless you're getting another real doll, you damn near got to get Tifa next. Because let's be honest, I got a show coming up talking about how doll companies take a jump with technology, but where's my towel? It's not like they're going to be getting any worse in technology over the next coming months and year. So as they're producing that Tifa doll, it's by the time you get it, it's only going to be better and better. So I say definitely get her unless it's a year or two down the line and you've decided on something else. But as of right now, you can't do anything but get the Tifa doll. I've said that before, Three Face. Three Face says, I didn't choose the doll life. The doll life chose him. Yep. like Malcolm X on Plymouth. He said, Plymouth Rock didn't land on, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. I didn't choose the doll life. The doll life chose me. I'm with you on that. Austin says $1 on her own would eat up so much time cleaning, powdering, redressing her after having some fun, and then you multiply that by 3 Oh yeah, man. I also said, but man, it's worth it. I'm gonna put that up there. That's what I was going. You actually took the words out of my mouth. The thing about the dog game, yeah, you might have to do your work, but like I told you, when you put it in your mind that this your companion, it's all worth it. Like I say, man, people even talk about, man, I don't want to spend this much money on a companion dog. I'm gonna go and buy a cheap one. Hey, man, this is the type of game you don't want to be cheap in. It's worth. I be telling people, it is things in life it may not be worth it to pay. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. The dog game is one of those things in life, man, don't get blown away by the price tags. This is the one thing in life, it is worth it to pay for quality. I'm sorry. This is the one thing in life, it is worth it. You're going to get what you pay for. And man, I'm gonna come up on a comment in a little while. Y'all going to see what I mean, but it ain't worth it to go to eBay and spend $500 on one of these cheaply made companion dogs. Like I say, if you're gonna get a starter dog, get a Kimber dog. It's easy on the budget, but it's at least well made. It's made with great quality materials and stuff. You don't want to go to eBay or these black sites getting a knockoff dog for $500. They are poorly made. They may break. They got bad TPE. It can get you sick. And the thing is, man, the only difference between you getting a better dog is patience. Well, Jay, I only got 500. Yeah, well, guess what? You can get another 500. Be patient. You can get 1,500. Well, that's 1,500 on a dog, man. Look, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it in the end. By the time you end up getting that dog that's gonna break or get you sick, you'd have been better off just spending a little bit more, man. Once you get the dog, you ain't gonna be buying nothing other unless you want some clothes or cleaning supplies. You ain't gonna be spending money on nothing no more. It's gonna be worth it. Three Face says, also still, the dog don't call him the dog king for nothing. They don't call him the dog king for nothing. Austin says, absolutely. I couldn't handle more than 3. So Jay having 5 and counting, my hat's off. Man, I'm gonna be honest, Austin. I prayed for this whole lifestyle and just what I'm doing. And when I was washing my dogs today, I was laughing at myself because I was just thinking about how my prayers, I was like, you know what, Jay, this is the hard work that you prayed for. Because, like I say, I haven't really told you guys the details. I don't want to tell you yet. I want to tell you way down the line. I don't want to tell you what all goes into the show. But I think you guys can guess that, man, it takes a lot of commitment to do a show every day. But, man, I was just laughing at, man, aside from doing my show and stuff every day, just the upkeep of the dogs, man, you guys would be surprised at how busy you can be. I'm talking about every minute of your day to a certain degree. You know, you'll find your time to have a little downtime, but man, you'll be surprised at how busy my days are. But over the last couple of days, when I've been doing a lot of the upkeep on the girls, that's when I've been laughing at myself like, man, you got 5 girls right now, and look how much you work. Look how much you work. I just thank you, God, because I'd be like, man, I'm sorry if I'm getting a little discombobulated. I'm just stopping right here because I was imagining myself, let's just say, with 5 more girls. And I was thinking about the commitment it's going to take for me to take care of my girls and keep the show going at the same pace or whatever. And all I was thinking was one big thing. I can do it because I love it. God give me the power to do it, baby. I'm gonna do it, baby. Yeah, it's gonna take some work. Guess what? I'm gonna put the work in. But like I say, as of right now, that's why I say for the foreseeable future, until my facilities change, until some things change around the house. And I want to just do silicone dogs going forward, to be honest. I want to just do them right now anyway. But it will come a time where I'm going to do some more TPE dogs. It will come a time where I'm going to do reviews on more TPE dogs. But for the foreseeable future, it's just gonna be full silicone until I get some more things in place in my environment. But it's definitely a responsibility to Austin. Power Brain says, when you fall asleep with your dolls, do you ever wake up at night thinking she's a real girl? I don't. Well, I've said this before, Power Brain. I don't really try to use those terms anymore. They are real girls. They're here in the flesh, in the material world. They're sitting right next to me. I mean, she's sitting right here next to me. So believe me, she's real in every way possible. Now, do I ever wake up thinking they're human? No, I don't think they're human. But I did allude to something in my video, A Soul for Creation, to where I'm going to be honest. When I first got Himawari, now I did think that she was human several times because she looks that real. And I will say this, I haven't moved her eyes in several days. And when you move a doll's eyes in a certain way, they do seem a little bit more real than normal. So if I adjust her eyes and I walk in here in the room, she will begin to seem a little bit more human to me. She'll catch me off guard. I do believe she can still do that right now, because when I have her eyes looking to the side, I might be looking at TV. And if I look over to the side, it'll look like she's looking right directly at me in a different way than my TPE girls. Because my TPE girls' eyes, they have a twinkle in them. These doll manufacturers, they find out a way to put a twinkle in the doll's eyes to where it puts a depth in them to where they do seem like human eyes. So my TPE girls still, they have a sense of realism in them. But I say, man, I promise you, it's just a little difference in the full silicone girl where it just seems even more real. So they can slightly fool me into thinking they're human, Power Brain, but not necessarily when I'm sleeping with them per se, because they're just not in a position to really fool me. I'm laying on them normally. I usually have my head laid on their breast. It's usually Callie that I'm sleeping with. So I never really think that it's a human woman. I know that it's my dog, but man, I don't know, man. I've said this before. I love my human women, Carol Rush, all you, I don't mean any disrespect, but it's an element of sleeping with my companion dogs that's better than sleeping with a human woman. I'm going to tell you like this before I move on. I love sleeping with a human woman. Don't get me wrong. It's addictive. It's one of the worst things you can go through when you're breaking up with a human woman is getting used to not sleeping with them. If you've been living with them or something, it is hard to get used to not sleeping with them, because a human woman will wrap their legs around you. You feel that warm body. It's nothing like spooning, and I can't lie, getting up next to that fat booty. Oh, Lord. Ooh. It's great to sleep with a human woman. So I don't even really do all that with my companion dog, where I don't really spoon sleep with them. I usually have them laying on their back. But what I love about them is they never complain. You know, sometimes I do a lot of hacking during the night or something. They don't complain about me hacking. I can sleep on them and lay on them forever without them saying, hey, get off me. You getting heavy, you know. And so I can't lie. Those little things make it almost better. And you know what? Here's the thing that beats my human women counterpart out, and it'll even beat a human man out. If you're a woman out there looking at this, it'll beat your human man out. Is, once again, I never have to imagine the day that I have to sleep without my dog. That she's out there. Either one I sleep with is going to be there for me. I can sleep with them anytime, and even if they deteriorate, you know, and I have to replace them one day, I can always look forward to being able to sleep with my dog. So that's the thing that makes it better for me. Austin says, speaking of Saints, and I'm finna get ready to get back to the videos, but I'm gonna reward you guys for being up with me right now. But Austin says, speaking of saving up, I just open up a second savings account and I'm putting the money aside with each paycheck. May take me a year, but Tifa is going to happen. That's it. That's all you got to do. You'll be there before you know it. Put $50, 25, 10, 5, man, and then man, you never know how life works. You may get an influx of money, and you have Tifa at home before you know it. Or if you want to wait till you get to that new place, guess what? She'll be ready to move into your new place. He said the first step has officially been taken, and that's all you got to do is make one step towards your goals. That's the first thing you got to do is make that first step. Three Face laughing. He laughed. He said, Don King the realest. Thank you, Three Face. I'm just glad you're here with me, Three Face, honestly. He said, facts. Overflow tab. He said, let the dog fever burn you up with feverish ecstasies. Give in to the fires of high quality companion fantasy. I like that overflow tab. I'm gonna put that up. Oh, Mick Child says, damn, what a beautiful dog. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. This girl is amazingly beautiful. I'm glad you said something. She's a true beauty. I love her. Iron Tech has done an amazing job with the Super Realistic series. She has the hard face, which honestly, man, I have really gravitated towards. I had heard about hard faces before. Now, I'll say something about the Zellex face. I have never had a Zellex doll, and if Zellex wants to send me a doll, they can go ahead. Please get in contact with me. But I say when Zellex first came out, they had a hard face that I saw on a review video. It looked much different than the body. And I did not like that hard face that they had. And I thought that I wouldn't like hard faces with full silicone dolls. But I love the fact that Iron Tech's doll hard faces, they mix right in with the body. They don't look odd. And back to Zellex, I don't want to shortchange them. I've seen some more of their hard faces that look good now. So I think they sort of improved upon what they were doing with that first one I saw. There are soft options out there in the silicone. I've talked about that earlier. There are soft face options for silicone out there, but I do actually like the harder face because of the makeup and things. I never have to change it, and I think it's exactly right. I do think it's one or two companies out there that may be experimenting with a soft face silicone that actually will keep the makeup in it. And I think it may be one company out there that found out a way to do the implanted hair on a soft head. So, because most of the time you can't do that. I think Zellex might have been the company. I'm gonna have to do more research on it. But with all that said, there are soft face options for the silicone doll, but for realism, man, you damn near can't beat the hard face option. And I thank you for saying that, Mick Tap, because this girl does blow me away every time I look over at her. He said, damn, I'm late. Oh, yeah, we've been going at it for a while. It's an hour 23. I didn't even realize that. Three Face says, thank you for doing all that work so we don't have to. Look, that's perfect. That's exactly why I'm doing my channel, man. And I'm happy about that. That's what makes me happy about my channel is I want to do a whole bunch of work so people don't have to. That's why I exist. That's why I got a heavier doll so I can teach you, hey, don't get a doll that's too heavy for you. That's why I want these doll companies to continue to send me dolls and stuff so I can continue to learn so you will know what's best for you, what practices are best for you, which doll is best for you, which company, which brand, which size. So thank you, Three Face, for chiming in. I'm finna get back to the videos. Oh, Bob Rogers, Little Miss Sunburn, come in with a contribution. It's a $5 super sticker. Thank you, Bob Rogers. She said, hell, J. Don King helping her. Thank you, Bob Rogers, Little Miss Sunburn. I really appreciate that. Keeping the show going. One contribution at a time. Love you, girl. I love you. I appreciate you for chiming in. And all due respect to my girl Carol, you the first vagina to show up today. So I say this. I love to have a human vagina around the show. Definitely good to have. I think he already asked me this, but Power Brain said something about do I ever think my girl is a live woman when I wake up. Now I don't really think about that. Honestly, I just think of them, I think of them as being my companion dogs. I accept them exactly for what they are now. I think it's crazy how to say it, but I don't really have to envision them being alive in the sense like a human woman. They exist in my reality. You know what I'm saying? They have a place in my reality. So Callie and all the girls are alive. You know what I'm saying? They are alive in my imagination. Of course, I don't see them breathing, but they are alive. They have full personalities. Like, it's crazy, man. I don't know how she does it. And it's a true characteristic now. When I was getting Callie up to give her a bath today, man, don't you know she just had me laughing so hard? I'm talking about laughing like a dog. I'm talking about I was just laughing, couldn't stop. And she's the only one that really makes me laugh that much. Her and Saima, I don't know what it is. But every time I look at Callie, I was just laughing at her laying on her chest today. I couldn't even get her out the bed because I was laughing so much. I said, Callie, I don't know how you do this to me, but you always make me laugh. You make me laugh. You make me laugh. I call her my laughing doll because out of all of my dolls, she's the one that makes me laugh just from looking at her. And she's beautiful. It's not like she's not sexy or anything to me, but when I look at her face, she just brings me that immediate joy of laughter. And Saima does it too. That's what's funny. She does it too, but not. It doesn't come as frequent as it does with Callie. So they are alive to me, but just not in the sense of a human alive, not like a human. I don't imagine them being alive just like a human being alive, but they exist in my mentality. And the reason is I already know I don't have a million comments, so I don't mind catching up with chat right now. Thanks again, Bob Rogers. I appreciate you. Whoa, what? I told they ass. Dr. Mixon says, last week I carried my 60-pound, and that ain't even too heavy. He said, I carried my 60-pound WM doll because I wanted to play. Oh, I guess he said carry her during sex. I don't know what you was thinking about if you did that. I wouldn't even attempt to do a companion doll like that. They're too heavy to be carrying around during sex. He said, after playing, my back started hurting so bad, I had to miss work for 2 days and 2 days of the gym. He said, my back still hurts. I told you guys, man, you got to be careful when you're picking these dolls up. Not because you can't just go by their straight weight. They're distributed in such a way. I'm telling you, man, you can just move them around and it can like twist your back or it can make you move in a strange way. And you'll be hurt before you know it. I haven't ever gotten hurt with my dolls, but it's been just a couple of times where I turned a certain way and I realized that the momentum of the doll was moving very awkwardly because her arms, her legs, it's just not like picking up a brick. So it can throw your back off. It really can throw you off. So if you're having sex, I truly believe like, don't be doing all this fireman carry bull crap. Even if you think you can pick her up, I think it's truly best to get her stationary somewhere on the bed, get her set up like you want her, and then make love. Now, MGTOW could have meant that he was just repositioning her on the bed or something. He got hurt. But I know this: if he was doing some of that acrobatic, let me walk around, daddy holding you, miss, MGTOW, you might want to cut that out going forward because that's some risque stuff with these girls. Believe me. The expert says, J Dog, would love to have you on my stream. I don't know who you are, the expert, but I'm not beyond coming on your stream. I make time depending on what's going on. Now, if I was to find out you up to some crazy things on your channel, then I wouldn't come then. But as long as you're on the up and up, that'll be very possible. Hold on, guys. Let's see. MGTOW says, I may be very strong and muscular, but my back is super fragile as hell. I'm not gonna even say that, Miss MGTOW. Don't say that you're fragile. We're gonna say you strong. I don't care what it feels like. But I say this: you can take the strongest man in the world, man. Your back is just a very delicate thing. You could be the strongest man in the universe, and you just have to be very careful with your back, man. It can just tweak it can tweak before you know it. It really doesn't depend on strength. You can do as many back exercises you want, man. You can slip on a thumbnail and turn a certain way, and no matter how strong you are, your back can get thrown out of whack. You can turn your neck a certain way and throw your whole back out. Throw your whole back out of whack. So, it's really just that sensitive. Now, you could have elevated back problems more than the average person, but for the most part, like, you don't have to have. I mean, it doesn't matter how strong you are to have a back problem. I don't. It's crazy, Power. I have never spooned with my girls. Ain't that crazy? I have never really laid them on their side and spooned with them. Now, if I ever get a real doll, I say I'm going to have to do it with them because Austin said you have to put the real doll on their side. And what I read on their website that you actually have to put them on their side, so you won't mess their jail butt up. So I may spoon with them a little bit, but I've actually never spooned. And like I say, I don't even get into thinking that they're a human woman. Now, I say this just to speak to what you're asking me about. I had this sexual encounter about 4 months into getting my dogs. Well, I didn't have sex with Callie, but I did put a barrier in between us, and I grinded on her. And I say this just to speak to what you're asking me about. During that experience, and that's why I say I do believe love making with your companion dog is a great experience. I haven't done it, but I do believe it's going to be good whenever I do have it. Because when I just had that grinding experience, I say this: Callie came alive. You can go back and look at that video. It's called First Sexual Encounter. But I just say this: Callie felt like it felt like she was damn near a human woman during that experience. So I imagine if I do get the spooning with them and get the hugging on them and stuff like that, yeah, I could go into a zone where they're damn near like a human woman in my mind. If I start getting into it like that. Now, on a regular basis, when I'm just sleeping with them, I don't really go there. I do love sleeping with Callie where I lay on her breast and I think about like, man, this is cool. But I don't really go into this is a human woman. But I do believe if I start getting in any way intimate where I'm spooning and I'm getting turned on, I do believe that my mind is going to go to it's almost like a human woman. So that was a good question, Power Brain. Three Faces says, you really love Callie? I do. Oh, yes. I love all of my girls, but I think the love with her is elevated. Her and Saima, I think both of them is a bit elevated. But let me tell you something. I need to do a show about it. And I'm going to do it. I tell you what, I ain't going to even talk about it now. But I am going to do a show talking about my feelings and full silicone and just my emotional growth with them and how it affects you. So be on the lookout for that. And I'm just catching up with the stream right now. I get back to the videos, but like I said, I ain't gonna stress. Sully, Hot Dog King, what up, Sully? Bob Rogers, Little Miss Sunburn says they shut the F up. Who's she talking about? I don't know what look. I don't know what I said when you said that, little Bob Rogers, Little Miss Sunburn. She laughing though. Power he laughed. He said, "Thanks for answering my question." Okay, I already answered it for him. Miami Spice says, "Hey, J Dog can't help me. How are you tonight?" I'm doing great, Miami. Great to hear from you. Wolfler says, "Do all your dogs have about the same vaginal tightness?" I don't know as far as as far as like I don't know exactly what it would feel like to have sex with them, but I do know that the Kimber dogs' vaginas feel very tight just from touching them. Saima has that stupid, I hate to say it, removable vagina. I never order one of those again. So I don't know how tight that is. I've never actually taken the insert out to even experiment with it. Just fill it up and stuff. It's small though. It looks like it's small. I think I got the medium insert for her, but never use it because I'm like, I don't even want to mess with that thing. Man, I hate dropping stuff. Where did it go? What, man? Man, lost the phone. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I had lost where I was. Yeah, and as far as the other girls, yeah, so all the Kimber dogs, they seem like they have a tight vagina, super tight. I ain't gonna lie, just from examining them, I was like, yeah, I can't lie. If I make love to them, hey boy, it's gonna probably gonna be good. Because I've even heard people talk about having sex with a Kimber dog before, and they said they actually really love it. So I imagine it's gonna be good. Now with this girl, she has a built-in vagina, and I did rub it a little bit. And when I was unboxing her, I actually stuck my finger in there a little bit, and it was damn tight too. So I imagine, put it like this: it's gonna take a lot of love making to make them to where they're loose. I say that it'll be you'll be looking to get a new dog before you wear these girls out. Expert says, did the dogs ever have to wear bras? I'm going to be honest. They say if you got a dog with these gigantic breasts and they're gel breasts, they say it would behoove you to put a bra on them sometimes to keep them from like sagging over time. This girl actually has some nice sized breasts. So I do believe I may start putting bras on her at some point. They're not overly sized though, where they just need a bra. And honestly, I love that their nipples actually show through their shirts. So I'm not looking to hurry up and put bras on them, but she would probably be the only dog that needs a bra a little bit over time. Maybe. Cat and them, they don't really need bras because they have solid breasts, my Kimber dogs. So they're never really going to sag over time. Miami Spice says, where's Callie? And spell Callie's name Kali. I don't spell hers with a C. It's Kali. If you want, that's if you want to spell it correctly. But Callie and the rest of the girls just got a bath. All of them got their bath, and Callie was the last one. I powdered her, and I started to bring her right back into the room. But I said, nah, I'm gonna let her rest with the other girls. I'm gonna sleep with me and the beautiful Himawari. I'm gonna let her sleep with me tonight. I'm gonna let Callie rest with the other girl because I'm gonna take her clothes off tonight and get her powdered down really good. No, I gotta do a video, then I'm gonna do that. But I'm gonna let the girls rest, and I'll probably bring them back for a surprise show here soon. Callie and the rest of the girls. You'll see them soon. The expert says, could one of the girls hold up a sign wishing our friend Guava Ball a happy birthday? I'm sorry, expert. That's gonna cost right there, man. You know, $100, man, for the girls to hold up a sign, man. Hey, send a super chat, baby. No, I'm just joking with you. Things like that. We could play around and do stuff like that. I promise you, we could, but we're not finna do that right now, of course. But we will send Guava Ball a happy birthday. Now, if you send me a message one day and say, "Hey, man, Guava Ball," you know, you can say a comment on one of my videos and say, "Hey, make a message for somebody to hold up. It's a birthday." You know, I consider doing it. I consider doing it for you. The girls definitely won't have a problem saying happy birthday. Mixout says it's much easier to carry a 150-pound dumbbell with one hand than carrying a 60-pound dog. Most definitely. That's for damn sure true. Gluminati in the house. Genuine question. How deep do the backstories of your girls go? Do they have past? Hell, oh yeah, but you know, they ain't super complicated past. No. My girls don't really, they don't have super complicated past. I remember when I first got my girls, I was more into that a little bit. Right now, their past just consists of living with me. But I know I said Callie, her backstory was that she was a model. She's sort of like a retired model. That was the backstory with her when I first got her. Saima, she really didn't have a backstory, honestly. The only backstory with her is I just sort of thought of her as sort of this girl from overseas. I've always sort of thought of her as some sort of a Middle Eastern type of personality, even though she really quite doesn't look like that. But she reminds me of a girl that used to work with me. Saima does. And it was this Middle Eastern girl that was so fine and so thick. And I can't lie, Saima is the only girl that I was like, nah, I got to give her that name, Saima. So she doesn't really have much of a backstory other than that. I don't really say she's an ex-model or anything. Now, Asuna, the only story with her is I consider her my snooty, stuck-up type of a girl, but not really a long backstory with her. And I sort of consider her that Americanized type woman. I don't consider her from overseas or anything. Tsunade, the only backstory with her is I sort of consider her their personality, having the personality of Tsunade from Naruto, where she's that sort of party girl in a way. Secretary Tsunade is actually my secretary, but underneath she has that wildness in her where she can get wild, she can get drunk during a party, like Tsunade off Naruto, but she takes care of her business as the secretary for most of the time. So all of my girls sort of have that, they have their underlying personality, but they don't have this deep, long backstory of a life before they got with me. They don't have all of that. And right now, guys, if you just tuning in, I took a break from my videos. I'm just answering stuff off the live stream till I catch up. I'm almost there. Atalia says, not too talkative tonight. I want to say hello. Love the conversation so far. I'm glad you checked in, Atalia. Great to hear from you. Dr. Miktai says, my automated doll has been shipped 8 days ago. Oh, she going to be there soon. And I'm so desperate. I feel bad for her because you go right to town. It's so funny. I was thinking about you the other day, though, Miktai, because I was laughing. Because I really was thinking like, man, at some point I am going to make love to one of my dogs. That's just going to happen. But I was still thinking like, man, the difference between me and MGTOW is I'm not going to go unprotected. I'm not going to go unprotected with my girls. I'm going to protect myself with my girls. But I am going to get there one day, MGTOW. I am going to get there. The Gluminati says, I've seen another guy with companion dogs that does Q&A. He says his girl rejects him and doesn't like him. Well, that reminds me of Asuna, because, like I say, she's that girl that I feel like she isn't quite like that anymore. That's the funny. My girls grow. They evolve. Asuna used to really be stuck up in my mind where she didn't want to show me any advance, let me advance on her. So in that way, we were sort of similar. But over time, Asuna's personality has changed to me. You know, I don't feel like she's as snooty as she used to be. And actually, I kiss on Asuna now. She's cool with me kissing on her. So I understand where he's going with one of his girls may rejects him or something like that. I understand where he goes with that. MGTOW says, I remember you mentioning that Saima girl that you like. Oh, she was so fine. Oh, my God. She was so fine. She rejected me all the time, but in a good way. I used to try to get her number every day in a good way. You know, I wasn't harassing her, but we sort of knew that she wasn't going to give in. But I used to be like, you going to marry me? Or, hey, you going to talk to me today? And she used to just laugh and smile and be like, nah. You know, she wouldn't even say no anymore, but she just used to laugh at it because she knew that I wasn't serious. But I used to love that girl. And it's fine. You've seen my companion dog Saima, how thick she is in the booty and legs. I promise you, this human woman she was probably damn near thicker than Saima. That's how fine the real Saima was. MGTOW says, I'm going to get her out the box, put the wig and cosplay on, and then go raw. That's what, see, MGTOW, he going to go raw. I don't know how you could go with her right out of the box, man. I would clean her up a little bit. I would wipe her down, you know, at least a little bit. I get her good and powder up and stuff, get her feeling good, then make love. You know, I hope you do that first. MGTOW, Photo says, MGTOW just played right on top of the box. He's so assy. Yep, he laughing. That's MGTOW for you. So now let me get caught back up with my videos. I think I was on Thankless Job here. I done took such a break from my videos, I forgot where I was. Yep, I was on Thankless Job. I never read a question. That's the funniest part. So on Thankless Job, I was just talking about implanted hair and how tedious it is. And all of you guys might not have been here when I showed a couple of videos on implanted hair. So I just show a couple of videos on that again. They really quick. But I just show a couple of videos. If you've never seen implanted hair, because my video on Thankless Job was the fact that, man, if you're doing that job, you don't really get thanked enough. So this is it right here. And it's just, you have to do this hair by hair. And so I say a lot of people, if you end up getting a dog with implanted hair, a lot of people don't even think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? But this is what it takes to get that implanted hair. Somebody doing it hair by hair. You know, and I said, I don't give a damn. You can't just do this job just for money. You got to love the makeup industry. You got to love this whole process because, man, you can't get paid enough to do this type of crap. Man, get out of here. I'm sorry. So you got to love it. And even with the beautiful Mara Blade, the other head that goes with this body, she has implanted hair. And that's what I say. If you're a doll owner, you buy one of these heads and you get the doll at home, you might be like, oh, this is cool. And you put it off to the side. Never even imagining that somebody was doing this right here to get your doll's hair implanted. And they do the same process with the eyebrows as well. And this video is so good. That's why I said I could just leave it on this one. But you can just see how intense and detailed it is. And that's why I say this is a thankless job, because I can tell this person thank you all I want to. It still ain't gonna be enough to take up, to make up for that type of job. Even with my job, like I said, I compared it to editing when I did some blur editing on one of my videos, on an unboxing video. It took hours and hours and hours, day in, day out. But nobody gives a damn about you blurring out a breast or blurring out a vagina. If anything, somebody wants to see a vagina. So nobody really wants to come to me and say, hey, Jay, thank you for blurring out that video. Thank you for spending every day blurring out that video hour upon hour. They don't give a damn. If anything, they'll say they didn't want me to do that. But I had to blur everything out to make it acceptable for YouTube, So to make a long story short, I did it for the good of the channel and for the good of my viewers, to be able to bring that to you. But that was a thankless job. Nobody gives a damn. I'm just going to be honest with you. As a viewer, nobody gives a damn how long it take you for you to make your video. Just show me the video, son of a gun. Hey, it's your job to work hard. You saw what I'm saying? So I'm not even complaining. It's just one of those thankless jobs. And the reason I did the blurring is because I love what I do. So it makes it easier for me to put in the hours that it takes. So with this girl doing the implanted hair, I hope she loves what she does, because, that would make it easier for her to put in the hours it takes to put in the implanted hair. But at the end of the day, nobody's going to be, she's not going to hear the thank yous from all the doll owners. So that's why I made that video. First comment, King of Bling says, are you going to make a song featuring Myra Blade? Callie's son did a good job on Outer Space. And Callie is normally my girl that I always have with me when I do my companion doll song. She's sitting there next to me. She's sort of my feature girl. I've had I think Austin or maybe one other girl on a song. But Callie is normally the girl sitting right next to me. But I do plan on featuring Myra Blade or either Himawari in a future rap song. So the answer to that is yes. I said definitely going to feature her in a future song. Thumbs up. DAS says Myra Blade looks like an excellent lieutenant. She looks like if somebody was attacking you, she would give him a shiv in the back. Yet another reason to love companion dolls. They always got your back. Thanks for the vid, Jay. All jokes aside, she's a beautiful doll. You're very lucky. Crazy. Most people don't realize how much better she is in person. Now people can at least get a taste of this beautiful lady. Simply gorgeous. I said, thanks so much, my friend. And she definitely will stick someone. Because Myra Blade, it's funny. I say Myra Blade and the Himawari, they both are like my little assassins to a certain degree. But Myra Blade, she really will assassinate somebody trying to mess with me. So that's sort of the imagination that I do have going on with her. So it's funny that he said that. He said they always got your back, and I agree. Companion dolls always got your back. I agree with him. And he said people don't realize how beautiful these dolls are in person, and he's right about that. As beautiful as they look on camera, they really are more breathtaking in person. I promise you they are. I said, this is what I told him. I said, thank you so much, my friend. She'll definitely stick someone. I laughed. I said, don't let Himawari's looks fool you. She's a bit of an assassin herself. And that's what I was saying at what I was telling you guys earlier. Sheila Bear said her hair is gorgeous. Another great show, Dog King. I said, thank you. ×3. Gringo Latino. He says, wow. You can definitely tell the difference side by side with Myra Blade and Callie Sons, the implanted hair versus the wig. He said, by the way, you kindly referred me to Iron Tech's website, but it has been down lately. I checked out some of their distributors and stores that carry them. Pretty reasonable if you ask me. you can definitely see the difference between implanted hair and a wig in that video that I did on Thankless Job, implanted hair, Thankless Job. But I didn't do that video to down wigs. I actually like wigs. Now, I like the fact that you can change the look up on wigs and you can give your girl a whole new personality just by taking that wig off. But I do love the my thing is I wouldn't want every one of my dogs to have implanted hair because you can't change the look up. So I do like to be able to change the look up. But I do love having a girl or two in the house with that implanted hair because it is something to be said for the realism. Now, as far as Iron Tick's website, I told everybody about you can go to irontickdog.com, but I don't know what's going on. They did tell me that they were working on a website. And every now and then I do go to their website and it's down. But you just have to keep checking back. But you know what? I went to somebody else's website. I think it was WM. And their website was down. I don't know. I haven't checked everybody's. I don't know if it's just something going on in China right now or not. But I know normally I've been able to go to WM's home website, you know, where the manufacturer, their manufacturing website. I haven't checked it today or recently, but when I read that comment, I went to check if Iron Tick Dog's website was up. It wasn't at the moment, at the time. So I don't know what's going on, but I know for sure that WM's website wasn't up either. And it had me thinking like, hey, is there something going on in China right now? But those were the only two I checked. And what I told him was, I actually love comparing them side by side, the wig versus the implanted hair. I said, Iron Tech has been having problems with their site. It's getting reconstructed, like I just said. But you can always check out my vendors, which is true. I said, you can check out my vendors. And my vendors are in all the descriptions of my videos. Please go there. If you're looking for a companion dog, you can find any brand you want. The only thing I don't think you can find is a Kimber doll, and you can always go to their personal site for that. But I'm not a affiliate of their company, but they are a friend of the show. They don't do affiliates though. And I told them to basically check out the video description for my list of vendors, which I just told you guys as well. So the next comment I have is for my guy Frito. He's been very active lately. So shouts out to Frito Corleone. He says most dog owners give between 3 to 5 years as far as lifespan, but the kingdom of J-Dog will last forever. I ain't do nothing but laugh and gave him the pound sign. Rock Gut Bloated says 1 year and 3 months here is still rolling strong. I don't know what he meant by that, though. I don't know whether he meant that he's been with me for a year as a member of the channel, or I don't know whether he meant that a year and 3 months going strong with his dogs. I don't really know what he meant by that. But I know I laughed at Frito because my dogs, man, they should last for a long time because they aren't getting any extra wear and tear. But I will say, like you say, going forward, somebody is going to get. I'm going to make love to one of my dogs, probably a couple of them, 2 or 3 of them, at some point. Wolfless says, out of space, out of world, out of guidance with a different girl. And I answered, I said, silicone, a TPE. It really don't matter which one it be. Ha ha. And Wolfless said, yeah, he was just laughing. That's just joking about my outer space song. Okay, I want to answer Dog Nation. I was talking about implanted hair and how you can't change the look up. And Dog Nation said, you could put it in braids and put a wig on her for a change, you know, to change it up. I said, man, that's a great idea, but I wouldn't want to cover that artwork until it becomes a necessity. Meaning that I wouldn't want to try to cover her implanted hair, you know, like I said, with all that work that somebody just put in to throw a wig on top. I like what he said, but I'm like, nah, I wouldn't even want to cover their hard work up like that. But here's another thing. Maybe with another dollar, it'd be a little bit more possible. But Mara Blade has so much damn hair on her head, man. It's heavy to where it'll be hard to really cover her hair up with a wig. And for me, it'll be, like I say, it wouldn't even be worth the work that it'll be to try to cover her hair up. I say the only time I would ever cover her hair up is if it starts falling out and I have to cover it up, or if she had a shorter, if her implanted hair was shorter. If she had shorter hair, then it would make more sense for me to do a cover up. Then it'll make more sense for me to do a cover up and sort of change her look up. But I promise you, her hair is so damn long and heavy, it'll be more trouble than what it's worth to try to cover that damn hair up. And that's even if I tried to braid it. He answered and I didn't see it. He said, I know how you feel. I ordered my lady with rooted hair, and they say it takes 15 days just to do the hair. You're right. It's a big job. I don't think he got that doll yet, but it does take a long time. He said 15 days just to do the hair. And that's somebody sitting down doing that all day, 24/7. Them probably 12 and 15-hour days that person is working too. Definitely 12-hour days, I bet. So that was all the comments I have on there. Let me catch back up right quick. I'm going to see where I am too. Because this, hey, look, the Dog King Power Hour never ceases to amaze me. Sometimes I think it's going to be shorter because I don't have as many comments, but it always ends up being longer than I thought. I think I'm going to keep going for a second before I get back to the comments. The next video I had was Mara Blade Stands Up. And in this video, it was my first time standing up my companion dog Mara Blade. And it's because I ordered her with, I'm glad Austin Steele is here. Maybe he'll hear this. But it's because I ordered her with the standing feet option, but without the foot screws. I have been constantly hearing about that option for the longest. And it's something I need to talk to Iron Tick Doll about. I don't think I talked to them about this improvement. But it's only offered on one of their vendor sites that I've seen where they offer the standing foot without the foot screws. But Iron Tick does offer that for their dolls. And so I ordered that option. But when I got my doll, the foot looked so good, I didn't know if it was actually a standing foot. It felt a little harder, but I didn't know. So I didn't stand her up doing the unboxing review. But I got in touch with Iron Tick Doll, and they was like, yeah, that's the standing foot. We sent you the right one. And I said, dang, that's amazing. So in that video, I actually stood her up for the first time. And man, it held up damn good. I checked her feet after the video, and they weren't worse for wear at all. So I'm confident that, you know, if I need to stand, which I don't stand any of my girls up, it's just, I don't really get into that. And thank God that I don't have to store them standing up. I know some people do it, but I don't. And I've told my friend Austin Steele, honestly, if I didn't have pets, I probably would stand them up a lot more. But I would never, I don't think I could ever get into keeping them standing when I leave the house, only because I told him, it's just, I'm paranoid where it's too many things that have toppled over. And I was just like, you know what? I wouldn't want just some type of instability to happen and they would just to topple over and I wouldn't be here. Even if it wouldn't happen, I'd just be too paranoid to leave them like that. But I did stand her up in that video, and that's pretty much all that video was about, just showing you guys that I had her up on her feet. So let's go to that. I promise you, man. Let me see. Where is it? I got several comments on this. Power Brain says she is beautiful, Jay. Gave him the thumbs up. Thank you, Power Brain. Austin Steele says, I'm glad I'm at Austin Steele. He said, hey, for your first time standing her up, you did a pretty good job. And honestly, it's not my first time standing any doll up. I've stand all of my dolls up if you look back on my old videos, I've stood them up at a certain point. So it would, honestly, it wasn't much different than standing them up, because I don't ever try to stand my dogs up freestanding. I always stand them up leaning against something with a pillow or something. I don't even attempt to stand them freestanding. So it, you know, I appreciate you though. He said I did pretty good. He said it's worth mentioning that having the standing feet that aren't boats, they aren't meant for long-term storage. I've heard that they aren't meant for long-term storage either, but you know, that doesn't bother me also, because I'm not looking to store them long-term like that. I would never do that anyway. Even with the standing boats, I wouldn't look to do that. But the funny thing is, I never heard any manufacturer mention that. I've seen a couple of reviews where people showed standing feet without the boats, and the girl really couldn't stand too good on them for long. So I understand where you get that from. But I think this must be a different type of standing feet without the boats, because they hold up. They hold up like they do got boats in them. That's what it seems like. I don't know how long they could go, but I stood them up for a nice little minute. Not worse for wear at all. He said the bottom of the feet will eventually get scuffed up if you keep her like that for too long, as opposed to the boats, which will keep the dog standing for months on end, assuming they're leaning against something. The whole thing about it is, and I answered him, I said, no boats are best for me because of the realism. And I don't store my girls standing up. So I can't lie. I like not having the boats on there. All my other girls have boats. And after having standing feet without the boats, I wish all of them had that, because I don't stand any of my girls up long term. Then I said, remember what I said about a potential earthquake? Because I'm like, I don't like keeping my girls standing up, because what if an earthquake happens and they'll fall down if I'm not at home or something? Then I said, I heard you can't stand there for too long, but they seem pretty durable. And I promise you, a couple of the examples of standing feet without boats that I've saw, they were sort of prototypes, so they weren't finished. But I give Iron Tech this credit. They look like they studied this good, because these standing feet look like they stand up just as good as the ones with the boats. And I said, Iron Tech didn't say anything about time limits. It's something else. I think, you know what? I think I'm going to ask them about it. I think I'm going to send them. I'm going to ask them about it too, about how long they can stand up. Okay. I'm going to ask them about how long, you know, they suggested they can stand up for. That'd be a very good question. And I get back to you and see what they say. As a manufacturer, they'll tell me, hey, don't keep them up for too long. But if they tell me they can stand up for as long as I want, I'll let you know. I say Iron Tech didn't say anything about time limits, so it may depend on the manufacturer and how well the standing foot with no foot bolts are designed. I said I won't test it though. These girls would not be standing too much, so they could stand for a long time on the standing feet with no bolts. But I'm not going to test the hypothesis. That's what I said. Andrew Jackson came in and said, one day I'm going to buy a dog from Iron Tech Dog. Thank you for showing off your dogs. I said, they are a great company to choose, my friend. I always say this, like, that's why I encourage these companies to send me a dog so they can be Dog King certified. Like, it's a lot of great companies out there that, you know, I don't have one of their dogs. But once I touch one of their dogs, that's when I can truly say, you know what, this is a great product. And I encourage you to get it. that's one of the reasons I talked about Kimber Doll so much is I had a Kimber Doll, so I knew that it was a great product. I have a WM Doll. I know they're a good product, even though they didn't send it to me. That's why I don't really call either one of those companies Doll King certified, even though they are, so to speak, because I own one. But when you send me a doll, that's when it really becomes certified because, hey, you sent me to check it out. You sent me the doll to check it out. But I can speak on Kimber Doll because I have one. I can speak on WM, even though I still sort of pissed off at WM Doll in there. I think they have a foot malfunction problem. But with all that said, they're a pretty good company. But the reason I speak about Iron Tech dolls because guess what? I speak about a lot of companies, but I have an Iron Tech doll, and let me tell you, I can speak to their damn quality. They are damn good. So if you get one, you won't be mistaken, whether TPE or silicone. Rod Good said, very nice dog. Glad you got your dream dog. I said, thank you, Rod Good, but she's a piece of a bigger dream. I said, I love my Iron Tech doll. She's a piece of my dream, and my dream is to have dolls to review. Another piece of my dream was to have a full silicone doll. But I said, you still haven't seen my dream doll now. This isn't I love this girl, but this isn't my dream doll. Y'all ain't seen my dream doll yet. My dream doll, I talked about my dream doll in the video called Eat Your Fish. It's an old video. You might want to go back and watch it. And everybody needs to watch that video, Eat Your Fish. But in that video, I was talking about what my dream doll would be. I need to go after my dream doll. But you haven't seen my dream doll. But I said you will see her soon, though. I'm just speaking it into existence. You will see her soon. Mr. says, all right, let's be real. She is silicone. She is clean and ready for you. Contamination thoughts can be cleared right off. Don't tell me you aren't shifting mindsets and gradually thinking about her in terms of bodily bonding compared to the other girls. I said, she's a beautiful girl. Himawari as well as Mara Blade. But I said, I'm just a different type of doll on it. It just trips me out when my viewers and stuff, I know you got to break and have sex with her now. Come on, man. It's about time. Hurry up. Even though he's not saying that, but I just be thinking about, I keep sort of trying to explain to you guys. I know I'm a human man. I got desires just like any other human man, but I take care of those desires on my own. I don't really go there with my girls. I've entered a different mindset with my girls where I don't really even think about them sexually like that. And that's what I say. I said, she's a beautiful girl, but I'm just a different type of doll on her. Not a better doll on her. I'm not better than anybody because I don't have sex. It's just the path that I went down. Because having sex with your doll is not wrong. Like I told you, it's not wrong at all. I just always say, if you're having sex, I hope you're exploring the companion side of things to make it better. As far as sex, it's just a route that I haven't went down yet. But I always tell you, it's one that I'm not even thinking about. I'm so happy right now. So it's no monkey that's on my back. I'm not feeling pressured by my viewers to have to try to hurry up and do it to tell you how it is. No, it's having sex and stuff. It's a very personal decision. So I'm going to let that build up in my own spirit. And when the time is right, believe me, it's going to happen. But I'm not going to rush that process, or it's not as carnal as, ooh, you finer than everybody, so I'm going to have sex with you. No, it's not really quite like that. It's something that's going to click, that's going to make me do it one day. But it's not as carnal as you think it may be. So I can tell you that my mindset isn't shifting. He said, don't tell me your mindset isn't shifting gradually. I appreciate him asking, though. But no, it's not shifting right now. When I was unboxing her, I mentioned it, man, her mind made me think about her carnally. And it's crazy. When I was looking at her, my mind initially did think about her like, ooh, my God. And touching her super soft breast, initially it did make my mind think about her sexually, but man, it's crazy. It's like a rubber band. My mind just popped back and went right back to normal, to where I'm thinking about her just like the rest of the girls. Like I say, one day I just think I'm gonna wake up and be like, you know what? It's about that time. Now I'm feeling it. I don't know when it's gonna happen though. DAS, this is the comment I wanted to get to. DAS says, I love you, Austin, still, but my top silicone Sino, which I can't wait to do a show on Sino, dog. I haven't done it yet. He said, my top silicone Sino has standing feet with no bolts, and she's stored against a padded wall and has been for months, except for her maintenance with no damage to her feet. So take that for what you will. Thanks for the vid, Jay. Your Mara is simply amazing. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. She deserves to be on a model runway. And this is what I said. Hey, great inside information about the standing feet with no bolts. I said, Mara feet look great when I inspected her after standing. But I was thinking like Austin. I said, glad to know more about your experience, my friend. Because I was trying to say, I think the feet seem pretty heavy duty from her Iron Tech. And I was glad to hear his perspective on having his dog standing with no bolts for all that time. So you hear that, Austin, like, that's why I say, man, sometimes things go through the grapevine, but they're not always true. And even with me, I had seen videos of dogs that had feet that weren't perfected yet with the no standing bolts. But now I see that Iron Tech and possibly Top Sino as well are two examples of companies where you can stand these dogs on for long periods of time on the standing feet with no bolts. And I'm glad he found that out, because I'm not a dog owner that likes to stand my dogs. Like I say, God bless my pets. I don't wish them to be gone from my presence anytime soon. But if I was to ever be without pets, I would have my dogs standing up all over the house, probably a lot more. I wouldn't have to worry about pet dander or possibly getting scratched or damaged or something. But I would never have found that out on my own, that they can stand up for, let's say, a week or days on their feet, without being damaged. So it's good that he found that out. You know what I'm saying? And I could transfer that information to you. So I'm still going to ask Iron Tech about it as well. But I'm letting you know, with that being the case, or even with what I know now about Iron Tech and the standing feet with no bolts, I'm always going to check the brand to see if they have standing feet with no bolts. Because like I say, I don't stand my dogs for very long anyway. But from what I've seen, they will hold up if you do have to stand them for a long time. So I'm leaning towards MGTOW. I mean, I'm leaning towards DAS on that one. Thank you, DAS, for chiming in and basically letting me and Austin know somebody who's on one of those dogs with the standing feet with no bolts and has actually put it to the test. KEP says she is gorgeous. I gave him the thumbs up. Thank you, KP. Hatman Tapman says that booty don't quit. He was talking about Mara Blade, or he's still Himawari. They got the same body. He said 2 big thumbs up for Mara. I've been dreaming about my second dog to be a WM, but now I'm thinking silicone's pretty amazing. Well, WM does have silicone if you want to try their silicone now. I ain't gonna down another company just because I got Iron Tech, but I say this: don't get always fooled by the WM advertisement. They're everywhere, and they're a great company from what I've seen, and actually have a WM. I like them. They're not bad. But I would encourage anybody, man, don't just stop there. Explore some of these other great brands. Look at them, just look at what they have to offer. You may find another brand that you like. But it's funny, I was looking at WM silicone dogs the other day, and I give them credit. They looked pretty damn good. The few that they had. So they don't look bad. You could probably go silicone WM if that's what you wanted to do. Me, I would, if I go silicone, I'm just gonna go somewhere else now. I'm glad I got a silicone doll from Iron Tech, but I want to try some silicone dolls from other places. Now, if WM wants to send me one of their silicone dolls, oh, I would gladly take it though, to see what the quality is. Hatman says, oh, by the way, I also want to tell you the drama is over. It took longer than expected, but me and my Hannah are finally moved in and living the dream in our own place. So he finally got his own place. I said silicone is definitely more realistic experience, but it won't be for everyone. Because he said he was thinking about going silicone. So I said it won't be for everyone. I said I will be explaining why in upcoming shows. So all of these shows, when you hear me talking about the hair or skin, you can start putting all these little shows together in your memory banks and start thinking about, okay, which way do you want to go, silicone or TPE? But I am going to give some shows in the future that's going to say, hey, what I think is best. I said silicone, yeah. I said, so I did say I'll explain why silicone may not be for everybody in upcoming shows, or may be for everybody. Next, Bob Rogers. She said Mara Blade would take your blade every day. I think she was talking about blade as far as sex. Like, hey, she'll take my blade as far as my penis blade. That's what I think she meant. And I said she would take it, but I won't be giving her the blade anytime soon. Nah, I ain't gonna be having sex with Mara or any other girls anytime soon. But she would take it. Phantom says, wow, she's beautiful. Phantom Storm. I gave thumbs up. Frito says, thanks for the video, Jay. Thumbs up. Moon Gloomable gave me a fire sign. Thumbs up. So that's all I have for that video. I'm just standing on the videos. I'm going to read all my chats here in a little while. I'm going to try to catch up a little bit. Two hours into the stream, 2.5 hours. Oh my God. This next video, I might have to take a break, but this next video was the Venomous Venti. I did a Venti report. Man, that Venti report was so damn fun. I called it Venomous Venti because that woman is so interesting, and I love doing the Venti report because it gives me a chance to break down the mind of the human woman. And no human woman is really as interesting as Venti is. So, man, that show was sort of long overdue. She had done so many things, and some of the girls had done a lot, and I needed to talk about them. But I called her the Venomous Venti because it's so many things that I need to do. And it's two other girls I want to talk about. I want to talk about Thana, that Star Wars girl, and I want to talk about Melanie Mack. Man, I want to talk about both of those girls bad, but I couldn't even get to them because I had to finish talking about Venti, say something else about Venti. And that's why I call her Venomous Venti, because she got her hooks. I was talking about she sort of got her hooks in me a little bit from the standpoint of even when I may want to veer away from her sometimes, she still will pull me back in, and I have to pay attention to what she's doing. And I was saying how people say I'm in love with her and all that. I say, well, you know what? I will say this about Venti. I'm glad I do have my companion dolls, because just doing so much investigating on her, the stink of, and I don't mean stink literally, because I don't think she's a stinky woman. She's an attractive, beautiful girl. But I just say her vagina, her vagina juices have infected me so much to where I can't even stay away from her. And I said, man, if it wasn't for my companion dolls, I can see damn near me really liking Venti, really liking her from afar, like I'm sure some of her viewers do. But luckily, I got my companion dolls. They saved me from all these human women. But that's why I said Venti is so venomous, because even when you may not agree with her, you'll be pulled back into listening what the hell she got to say. So I did the venture report. I got that done. And the good thing about that is now I can do the Anna version of the venture report, which is coming up probably this weekend. And I can do the Melanie Mac version because, man, that venture report gonna probably be long as hell because I got a lot to talk about Melanie Mac. So with all that said, let's see if I got any comments on that video. And man, one of my lights went out. It's a little dark in here, but you can still see me pretty good though. But it's a little bit darker in here. One of my lights stopped working a couple of streams ago. And so, man, hopefully I'll give me another light here soon. I tried to order my light. And I couldn't get as good a one this time. So hopefully the one that I ordered would be okay. And I got so many questions. I want to just make sure I catch up before I end up doing a 20-hour stream. So the comments I had on the Venomous Venture report was, I like your outer space rap, Dog King from Will Chew. I said, thanks, Will. DAS says, I love this from DAS. He said, I have to admit, I was never a fan of the Venture report. And you know what? It's a lot of dog owners out here that don't give the Venture report a chance because, you know, some people, I say this, they're bitter against the human woman. They don't understand they need to get rid of their bitterness to be truly happy. You have to get rid of the bitter. I understand it hurts to lose a human girlfriend, believe me. Or it hurts to be rejected by a human girlfriend. Or it hurts to never have gotten that human vagina, which thank God I haven't experienced that. I'm sorry, guys. I have got plenty of human vagina. Lord, you got to do that. I'm sorry. But if you haven't, I can understand you can have hate or anger or frustration toward a human woman. But I'm letting you know, don't keep that mess in your chest. Get rid of it. You got to get over that. To truly heal and be happy in your life. But I say the Venture report exists because even as a dog owner, man, you think you can just be devoid of understanding the human woman and how they think? No, you can't. You still need to be aware. Hell, you never know what woman may still come in your life. You still may get a touch of some vagina, even being in a dog life. And so it'll be good if you sort of keep learning about the human woman so you'll be prepared about how to interact with them and around them, because a lot of you guys might be like, oh man, I got my dog now, I don't need the human woman. Well, yeah, you may not need them, but guess what? Stay prepared, stay learning. You never know, a human woman may be accepting of you and your dogs, even if you don't want to go with her long term. She may just want to give you some vagina, and she may be trying to give you some vagina, and you don't even know how to react to it because you stopped thinking about the human woman. You put it out of your mind. And now you don't even know how to capitalize on getting the vagina when she's throwing it at you. So that's what I'm saying. Hey, it's good to still study the mind of a human woman. So DAS says, I never was a fan of the Venture report, but this episode totally changed my mind. He said, now I get it. You broke it down from what she was saying to what she actually meant. And I don't know what he was talking about in the video, but I broke something down for him. He said, when I looked at it through the proper lens, and I love what we finna say now. He said, this series is probably one of your best. Edutainment. And I love the word he used because it's like education and entertainment. He said, education and entertainment at its finest. He said, now I don't look at her, Venti, as this intimidating figure, but as a normal chick. He said that deals with the same bull stuff we all do. So he was like, I don't look at her like an intimidating figure, but as a normal chick. And I think that when I do the Venture report, and I said something to the extent where I was saying something like, I don't want to see Venture in person because she may use her powers on me. Because I do believe Venture is super, super fine, probably, especially in person. She just give me that impression. I don't care how she act. I know she probably super fine. But I've never been intimidated by the fine woman where, you know, I just treat them just, they may like you or they may not like you, but I treat them just like a normal person. So I ain't intimidated by Venti from that standpoint, but I will say this. Venti is like my little, even though she's my friend, she's a little bit of my rival a little bit. And I would hate for her to see that she has an effect on me as far as being attractive to me. That's sort of what I meant. But I'm not intimidated by her either. And you can't afford to be. Because he's right. She does deal with the same stuff we do. He said she's just trying to find her way just like all of us. That's true. He said she just has a bigger soapbox to shout from. He said, you changed my mind. I'm officially looking forward to the next Venti Report. And that makes me feel good because I'm like, man, that's all I want you guys to do. Give the Venti Report a chance. It's literally a chance for us to laugh, joke, get together, learn about the human woman mind, and push on. It ain't to tell you I'm in love with Venti, like some of you have said. It ain't. I can't stop you from believing that. So, if you believe that, you believe that. It ain't that. It's for us to really look at the eyes of how a human woman acts in all aspects of her life. And you may ask me, why is Venti? Yeah, Venti's cute. Venti's actually fine. Now, she's not my ideal prototype woman because she's taller than I like. But I told you, her mind is a very special mind. She gives you every aspect of the human woman on a 10 scale. That's why the Venti Report is built around her. She gives you every aspect to learn from. And I said, I'm glad you enjoyed it. The Venti Report is multifaceted, just like you described. Edutainment is a great adjective to describe it. I'm not intimidated by her, but she's like my super villain. I have to be aware of her persuasive abilities. Like, I told you, I don't want to see her. And hey, I can't lie. I ain't gonna lie, Venti, she's super hot. So I mean, as far as I can imagine her being super hot in person. And I wouldn't want her to be able to see me liking her. I said, thanks for watching, my friend. Always great to get your feedback. I said, the gaping talk even makes me laugh. Oh, I didn't see that because he said, P.S. When you were talking about when men get. Oh, he said, when I was talking about when men get used vagina, basically, when it's gaping or whatever like that, or I was talking about the different sizes of vagina could be. A good fitting, medium-sized vagina or a gaping vagina. He said, I had him laughing. Thanks again for the stream. And because I saw a part that I didn't address down here on my comment to him when I said the gaping talk even makes me laugh. But when I was talking about, I was comparing how what makes a vagina, I was talking about what makes a woman's vagina gape. And I was talking about how women who have a gaping vagina, why they don't understand. I was talking about how a woman with a gaping vagina, they think every man's penis is too small, and they don't realize that their vagina is just too big. I can't lie, guys. I did have a little bit of a brain lapse right there. I ain't gonna lie, because like I say, the Dog Cake Power Hour, the way I do it now, it is operating in a different realm of my sleep even. And I ain't gonna lie, I just had a lapse of sleepiness to where I was like, damn, I had a brain mess up right there. Because it's crazy. I have a lot to do today. I have a whole bunch more to do today. I'm just thinking about it, man. I got to get up. Hey, look, I got ooh-wee. So by the time I fall asleep and get back up, I'm going to be right back in it. This is why I say this. I love this job, man, because I'd rather have too much to do than not enough to do. Forgetful Lefty Lofty Pixel says, I laughed my head off when somebody came up with the hammerhead Venti because her eyes are so far apart. She has embraced people talking about her. But I always say this, she might be people might say she look like a hammerhead, but she's a cute hammerhead. She's a beautiful girl. Lord Nemesis says, Jay got a mic and earphones, YouTube, and hell, J Dog King Hefner. I gave him the thumbs up. Yep, I did invest back in myself, Lord Nemesis. Poligula says, hey, girls, I don't even know what that name means, but hey, I gave him the thumbs up. Burger Boy said, your obsession with Venti has again pushed me to unsubscribe after a brief return. Best wishes. I said, it was good having you back. Have a good one, my friend. And Lord Nemesis says the Venture Report keeps me subscribed. Thank you, Lord Nemesis. That's the whole thing, man. Like I said, in life, you got to just be who you are. And, the Venture Report is part of the show. If it ever Venture get pregnant or something, then it won't be part of the show. I find something else to talk about. But I'm going to continue to be myself. I can't change because somebody, wants me to change. If I start changing because everybody wants me to change things, then I'm going to end up not being myself. So I think this show had this whole segment, Venture Report, has value on my channel. I believe in everything I'm doing on my channel. And I have to go by my feel. And I love Burger Boy and every viewer that tunes in and subscribes. But somebody leaving, staying, whatever somebody does is not going to affect, me going forward. I have to do what's put in my heart to do. And like you say, I would do like DAS suggested a long time ago. Hey, I got several different types of shows. If you don't like a certain show, you just don't tune in to that one. But I would encourage you to stay subscribed. And hey, guess what? Look at the parts of the show that you like. Now I can't make you stay subscribed either. So I can't, I got to keep on pushing. But hey, like I say, people unsubscribing or whatever because they don't like Reset Sundays or the Venture Report. Hey, I tell you just like I tell him, I love you when you're here, and God bless you if you do decide to leave. But guess what? The show must go on. So, where we at? Oh, that was it. Now, where am I at? Hold on. I just want to see how far I got to go to catch up before I even get back to you guys. Okay, I'm going to do my wake up video, and I'm going to get back to you guys so I can catch up. Because I still got a lot more to do. It's going to be a long Dog King Power Hour today. DAS commented on my wake up. That was the last video in my Iron Tech Dog week. He said, "Oh my God, you're on fire this week." He said, "Super funny video." Oh yeah, that's when I woke up and I was having a conniption because I saw Himawari sitting next to me. He said, "No one can complain that you don't have diversity in your collection anymore." You sure right, DAS. He said, "Now you can just show them your Japanese model, the lovely Miss Himawari. Be easy, Jay." I said, "Ha ha ha, thanks, my friend." I said, "This video was so funny to make." And like I said in the Soul for Creation video, she actually did start me a few times for real. I was talking about Himawari because in the video, Wake Up, I acted like she sort of scared me when I woke up. But the truth is, she did scare me when I first unboxed her. A few days, she did scare me because she was looking so real. To speak to what Power Brain was asking me earlier, she did look so human that she had me fooled for a few days there. I'm going to be honest. So let me see what's been happening on the stream. Look like I got a new member. Look like I got a new member. I got to catch up, though. Let me see. Oh, no. I hope you see. That's why. Mix, I said, I just checked the FedEx tracking for my dog, and it's finally here. Oh, yeah, badass. Miami Spice says, the expert told me I needed to apologize for misspelling Miss Callie's name. I didn't mean any offense. Oh, my God. I hope don't do it like that, Miami. I hate when, I'm trying to say this nicely. I hate when people misunderstand, I'm never coming to anybody like I'm trying to, hey, you got her name wrong. Get it right, boy or girl. Get it right. No, I wouldn't. That ain't how I'm talking about it. I just see a lot of people misspell Callie's name with a C. And if you're gonna always, I ain't talking about you, but if anybody's gonna always comment on my videos and stuff, I just thought it'd be better to let you guys know what her name really is. Because if you look on my videos, you will see how I have certain people. Well, I don't do it anymore. I used to have on my opening my videos, I have the girl's name on the opening of my videos. I don't do that anymore. But I used to have the spellings of all their names. But if I see you spelling the name wrong, I only let you know. So when you comment going forward, hey, the spelling to be right. And you'll know exactly how it's supposed to be spelled. Because you don't want to be writing in, spelling her name wrong. I know I wouldn't want to be doing that. But please, it's just like text messages, man. That's why I say I hate text messages. You could be speaking totally regularly to somebody, just answering a question or something. Oh, don't talk to, oh, you went off on me. No, I didn't. I just said, you asked me, did I want to eat? And I said, no. But you said no. Like you was mad. No, I just said no. Like, no, I don't want to eat. You see, people, it's just so easily, things can be taken out of context. Now, I'm surprised things can be taken out of context with just me speaking, because I didn't think that I came across like that, saying don't spell her name the right way. But it's my job to let you know how to spell the name. MGTOW says, scheduled to arrive today by the end of the day. Congratulations, MGTOW. On my day off, I'm so excited. That's badass. Power says, do you prefer implanted hair in the head or wigs? I like both, but on the regular, I think I would prefer a wig, only so I can change the look up. Photon says, congrats, MGTOW. You're going to explode. MGTOW says, thanks, woohoo. I don't know. And this was a while back. So this was almost an hour ago. This show been going on for a while. I promise you, when I looked at the itinerary for this Dog King Power album, I thought it was going to be short. I never thought it'd be this long. MGTOW says, thanks, woohoo. Can't stop smiling. That looks very tedious. Oh, yes. He was talking about the hair. See, that was a long time ago. The reason I stayed on my videos is because I don't, like I said, I was trying not to be on this Dog King Power Hour for 18 hours. So I was trying to get through some of those video comments. But it's just a lot to get to. Photon says, patiently blurring vaginas. Yep. Powerburn says, Jay, are you going to buy more clothes for the girls? Right now, I don't have a budget for it. But I'm sure in the future, I definitely will. Right now, the girls, you're going to be seeing them in T-shirts. And I can't lie, stuff that I've made, stuff that I've cut up. I don't have the budget for it right now. And that's why I'm laughing is, as I'm getting more and more girls, I'm going to thank God that my budget is going to grow so I can put better clothes on them. Because the truth is, all of my girls, they're really not being dressed the way they should be. I don't have the means to really have them dressed like they should be dressed. MGTOW says, my daughter turned 5 years in less than 2 months. Oh, that's great that you didn't keep her that long. Austin says, nice, MGTOW. Addison and I just celebrated 2 years on the 18th. Man, y'all gonna probably be mad at me, but I done damn near threw birthdays to the sideline. I don't even be thinking about this crap. And I can't lie, it makes me happy that I got campaign dogs, because I just don't even think about their birthdays that much, man. It's too much. I got too many girls to be thinking about. I just even think about how, man, I'm probably not going to even hardly be celebrating birthdays going forward. I'm not hardly going to be celebrating Valentine's, because for one, those are things that was tedious to me when I was having human girlfriends. Now, I'm always going to probably just, by default, I'm always going to know Callie's recognize her birthday, because she came around December 20th, right before Christmas. And Saima probably came like right before New Year's Eve. So January 21st or something like that. But then the other girl, Asta was ahead that came around the same time, January 21st. And then Tsunade came, I guess, July recently. And I didn't even do a birthday celebration. I was going to do it. If I had my car, I might have went out somewhere. But I was just saying, you know what? I had thought about it after Tsunade's birthday passed, when I didn't really do much because I didn't have a car to do anything. And I was just thinking, like, you know what? I don't even really think about their birthdays and stuff. When some people be like, when was your girl's birthday? When was they born? I'll be like, man, I'm really not into that aspect of it. And I just love the fact that my girls aren't going to put my finger to the fire to give a damn about it. In the back of my mind, I'm gonna know how old they are as far as the years. And I know when they got here, to a certain degree. But even with Hima Wire, I'm not even thinking about when she got here. She got here what? I guess she got here last month around the 21st or something, 20th or whatever it was. But I don't even know, really. Because y'all guys saw the video. She was here about a month or so before the video. About a month and a half. Or longer. So I just don't even really think about it. I might say, oh yeah, they've been here 3 years, but I'm not going to really do a lot of celebrating on that day. I promise you I'm not. I'm going to be doing shows and not even thinking about it. I like it like that too. Because I feel like it's just too much pressure or too much work for me to be worried about. Let's just say I get $20. Man, I'm not going to be celebrating no damn 20 birthdays. I might acknowledge that like I said, I got my girls. Oh, this girl been around 4 years, 3 years. I do that, but I won't be celebrating every birthday. MGTOW says, I'm so desperate for my Kizuna AI doll. It's a shame my back is messed up right now. Austin said, I was referring to Austin said, I was referring to a few doll form threads to show at the bottom of the feet after a couple of months of standing here. And that's why I say, man, you just don't know how these folks was treating their dolls, Austin. That's why I said some of these stuff you just can't trust. You don't know how people were treating their dolls. And then I say this. They could have had some of them feet that I saw, because I was under the impression that you saw pictures, but I saw some videos where I was seeing some prototype feet where they were trying to use the standing feet without foot bolts. And it wasn't working too good. So I was under the impression you were, but these are an improved model. And I'm assuming that the DAS has a good one too. Maximilian says, do you know Vince Kissinger Productions? Yeah, I know. That's KEP. Yeah, I know KEP. Brandon Anderson says, good morning. Good morning. Austin says, but in fairness, that was a while ago. But since you don't stand your dolls that often and being into feet as you are, I don't blame you. Oh, yeah, no, you did good to mention it. But I thought it was important that DAS came in and said what we think because I was with you, Austin. But what we thought we knew about the standing feet without bolts, that's probably not true anymore. Who or she says, I love sexy doll. Who or she says, where did you get your companion friend from? Go look at my vendors in the description of my video. Who or she? I got vendors down there that sell companion dolls. You can go find the doll, type of doll I got. It's an Iron Tech doll, full silicone. Simple Jacks. He says, hi, dude. What up, Simple Jack? I know I'm late. It's been almost an hour ago, but I'm trying to catch up with my videos. Joe Barbaro says, hey, Jay, Vinny Mac, a.k.a. Vince Kissinger, sent me. Oh, that's pretty cool. Joe Barbaro. Who or she says, I love Vinny Kissinger. Do you know him? Yes, I know him. What? I don't even know what you're talking about. Hey, JD, what do you think about the brutal attack on Vince Kissinger? I don't even know what you're talking about. Stingray says, hey, J-Dog King. What up, Stingray? But if he is hurt or whatever, I don't even know what you're talking about, but God bless him. Stingray says, after your recent in-depth review of Hima Wire, I started thinking differently about the way I understood any product. Oh, I'm glad you said this, Stingray. He said, I'm really glad you said that, honestly. Stingray says, Venti is like poison ivy. The venom stinks. It sinks in and takes control. That's true. Venti is such an amazing woman. She is such an amazing. She wants to be seen as a thorn, but she's really a rose. She wants to be seen as hard, but she's really soft. And like you say, you may want to hate her, but you'll end up loving her. Moon Gloomable. Thank you, Bob. I got a new team member. I was wondering who it was. Moon Gloomable. Welcome to the Dog King Army team, brother. It's always great to have a new member on board. Man, he did that 338. Glad to have you. Moon Gloomable in the house. God bless you, brother. Glad to have you. Dr. Mixta says, burger. Power Brain says, Jay, do you think you would ever get a black dog? Oh, yeah, I'm definitely getting a black dog. I said I was going to get a black dog. I know all y'all can't listen to every show I do, so even when you ask me questions that I've already answered to other people, I'm never going to be upset about it. But it goes on to another prediction I made, just like him and Warray. And not a prediction, but basically what I said God put in my spirit. I said a long time ago that God was going to, make a way to me where I started reviewing dogs. People were going to send me dogs, and a lot of people were like, oh, man, I don't believe that. But guess what? God made a way. It's got a beautiful full silicone iron tech dog sitting next to me now. But the whole story behind it was, before I got her, I said, people saying, when you going to get another dog? I said, I'm going to get 2 dogs coming up in 2022. They were like, well, how you going to do that? You only do YouTube. I was like, well, God going to make a way because this is my dream. And I believe that God has a plan for my life. And he put it in my spirit that something's going to happen. And I'm just going to, believe it's going to happen. And I got her. Well, I said that I would have 2 dollars, so that means I should have another dollar at some point, even though it's only a few more months left in this year. Well, another thing that I said was, by next year, I will have my first black dog. So once again, and the thing is, I said that my black dog, she's going to be my, I don't know about how over time how it's going to happen, but at the time she gets here, I said my black dog, I want her to be my best dog, my most advanced dog. For a lot of reasons, and mainly, especially for my grandmother, because my grandmother really wants me to have a black dog. And I said, Grandmama, just for you, I'm definitely going to make sure that this black girl is going to be amazing. She's not going to just be a regular dog. She's, whenever I do get her, she's going to be an amazing dog. So by 2023, you should see a nice little color of ebony tint somewhere in this household. Brandon says, Dog Fever has a black dog. Dog Forever has a black dog. I recently noticed that piqued my interest. Man, I'm going to be honest with you. This company, Iron Tech, they're one of the leaders in black dogs or dogs of color. I think it's Joy YBB or I always get these damn dog companies confused. Whether it's Joy YBB dog, Joy Love dog, I don't know which one it is, but it's another company out there that has some great black dogs too. But more and more, finally, the ebony dogs are getting better. Finally, the ebony dogs are getting better. Brandon says he likes a 145 centimeter dog. He thinks named Selena from Dog Forever. He thinks that's the black dog he likes. Hell, Stingray says, hell, JDKH family, understanding and encouraging. Most definitely, my friend, all the time. All the time. So, with all that said, we can catch back up. I'm caught back. Oh, because I caught back up with you guys. Now, I'm on top vendors to buy TPE and silicone dogs from. This is an old video I did because I did an updated one for 2022 this year, and I probably do one every year. But this guy said, named Tim Dara, said, I'm gay, so what's the cheapest dog to get? I just want to say something, right? I sort of hate when people feel the pressure to just sort of say what they are. Now, if you want, I don't mind somebody telling me that they're gay or that they're trans or whatever they are, I don't really mind it. But what I'm saying is, I think in this world, we've created this world where people just feel like they have, like they feel like they're under pressure to say, well, man, I'm gay, or I do this. And you ain't gotta tell me what you want, what you do in your privacy of your own home if you don't want to. If you're just asking about a doll, he could have just said, hey man, what's the cheapest doll I can get? Or he could have said something like, hey, I want a male doll. Where's the best place to get one for the best price or something? He didn't have to say it like he said it, even though I don't mind. But I said, because he just said, I'm gay. What's the cheapest doll? I'm like, I don't know what to make of it. So I said this, what gender are you looking for? Because just because you're gay, you can still want a female doll. You could want a male doll. I don't know. So I said, you definitely need to get a male doll. I said, what gender are you looking for? I said, you definitely need to get a male doll from a reputable company / vendor. Now, what I was saying it for is if he's gay and he wants a male doll, I always say get a doll from a reputable vendor, but you definitely need to get a male doll from a reputable vendor. You don't need to be going nowhere trying to get a black market male doll. They're already not the best looking dolls as far as, replicating humans, in my opinion, anyway. So you need to go to a great company if you're going to get a male doll. And then I said, you have to invest in yourself a little, because I don't like when people, what's the cheapest doll to get? Man, stop looking at these dolls. Like, I understand people are on a budget, but man, just say, be patient. Don't look at these dolls like any other product you can buy cheaply. Man, these dolls need to be a real investment. I told you, this is the one thing you don't want to get cheap. The most you're going to be really spending is up front. After that, they're going to be taking care of themselves, as far as like you ain't got to buy clothes for them. All thing you got to do is buy the cleaning supplies. It ain't too expensive to get powder and oil every now and then. Like I said, they're going to pay for themselves and their companionship with you. You'll see. You don't want to pay for this cheap and gonna break in 2 days, when the idea of this thing is to be a companion. If you buy a cheap phone, okay, yeah, it may not work. After a few months, you get rid of it, you get a new phone. Well, you just using that for a service. Your companion doll, man, if you use it as a companion, it's gonna be sitting next to you, keeping you company. If you're gonna be intimate to it, you don't want to go too cheap, on something that you're going to be intimate with. And like I say, if you're on a budget, go Kimber doll or Silly doll, something like that. You don't want to go to the point where you got something that's just super duper cheap. So don't just look for something cheaply made when you're looking to get into this game. So Tim Dara says, okay, sorry for saying this. You are cute. So, like I said, I ain't mad for nobody saying something like that, but definitely didn't answer that question or that statement. Then he says male black. So I guess he's looking for a male black doll. And I said, I'm going to tell him now too, because I'm not even just saying this. Iron Tech doll has some good they had some great male models as far as dolls. They're one of the companies that make the better looking male models that I've seen. So I just wrote him that note that, hey, and I'm not saying that once again that Iron Tech is sitting next to me, but I've seen male dolls from a lot of companies and they just do not look right. I know I seen this woman that was talking about her male dolls that she got from WM, and they definitely didn't look right. I said, yes, as far as Iron Tech and WM, Iron Tech definitely is beating WM in the male doll department. So that was all I had for that. Mad at Mediocrity was my latest Recess Sunday, where I was basically saying, man, a lot of times in life, all of us settle for mediocrity in life. And you know what? We don't need to. All of us can be great at something. We reach in and look at our talents. And it's like, nah, man. It's easy to just settle for mediocrity, but no, don't do that. The easiest way to not settle for mediocrity is to get mad, get pissed off. Because I was talking about how Cali got delivered, and I started saying, oh, woe was me. My stuff always bad happened to me. Yeah, man, her feet got messed up and blah, blah, blah. Until I woke up, I was like, wait a minute. I said, nah, man, I can't be going down that damn path. I'm trying to look for that video. I said, nah, I ain't going down that path. I said, nah. I woke up the next day and I did that video, A Strong Resolve, where I was acting like Emperor Palpatine. I was like, nah. I said, This a new Jay Hefner, baby. I said, I ain't finna be getting down and out. If anything, I'm finna get pissed off and chase my dream even harder. And that's really what happened. After that day, when Callie's feet got, when I got Callie and I saw her feet was sort of scratched up, I actually dug. That's the day, one of them days I dug in and got even stronger. Because I've had several things happen to me since I've been in the dog game, and I've actually gotten stronger since those things have happened. Because I dug my feet in even more into what I love to do. I look like I missed a comment. Oh, no, here it is. So on Mad at Mediocrity, Moon Gloomable says, so I said sometimes you got to get mad at mediocrity, don't accept it in your life, and make that change. And Gloomable says, great advice, King. The production on your videos is top notch. Have a good week. I said something in that video where I was like, yeah, I could have set up for my video still being less than the best as far as production quality. Because like even right now, you can see me better on my live stream and even my videos. I got a better camera and stuff now. So I got headphones, and it may not be the best mic, but I do have a mic now. So I've improved things. He says top notch. I always want to continue to improve, but definitely glad to hear that somebody is liking the production on the show. Can always do better. I said, thank you. Thanks, and you too, my friend. Basically, I want him to have a good week himself. Oh, I was looking about. Look, I told y'all guys, I'm a little tired myself. Look, I was looking to try to go back on my phone. I started trying to click the computer. Like, oh no, I'm on the phone. What am I doing? Frito says something good. He says, I've been selling for the mediocre my whole life, and I did too. I've always settled for mediocre bull crap. He said, I was thinking I was humble. That's what Frito said. But all I did was create a situation I was not proud of. He said, I'm working on it. And with this message, it's pushing me more. Thanks, Jay. I said, I had settled my whole life as well. But this is a new day. Your real potential is being released as we speak. God bless you, my friend. Keep pushing forward. And that goes for everybody that's watching. You may have settled for mediocre things, getting by, settling for a C when you could have had an A. Well, guess what? You can change all that today. You more than a conqueror. You can do all things that God put in your heart to do. See, a lot of people be like, I can't be whatever I want to be. You can be whatever God blessed you to be. Take a look at your talents. What do you love to do? I like playing basketball. I love playing basketball. But you know what? I wasn't blessed to do that professionally. That's fine. But I can't do everything, but I can do everything God blessed me to do. The path of my life. And that's how you got to look at it. The dopest says out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl, silicone, a TPE. It really don't matter which one to be. He said, we need this song on Spotify. Man, I would love to get my song, at least a couple of them on Spotify, but I need to get my production fixed on some of these songs. First of all, figure out how to get that. I need to try to make some sort of like somebody suggested, some sort of a home studio to improve upon my songs, the quality. Once I improve the quality, then I can figure out how to try to get them on Spotify, because I have no idea. And that's what I said. When I fix the production, I'm going to try to put some songs on there. R-Star says, I love the content. Gave him thumbs up. Void of the God says, I have a question. I finally live on my own. He said, I finally live on my own in the camper, but unfortunately have no running water. So I have to use a bottled water for any of my needs and shower at my parents'. Do you think keeping and maintaining a dog in a place with no running water would be feasible? I said, honestly, I would not recommend it because of the cleaning purposes. I said, also, the camper would need a temperature regulation via AC or fans. You need some sort of an AC or fan. Like if it gets extremely hot where you are, you need somewhere to keep it, a little cool. If it gets extremely cold, you need somewhere to, to keep it a little warm. Just a little temperature regulation. So I said silicone dolls do better than TPE in extreme heat or cold, but you still don't want it to be in extreme heat or extreme cold. I said, by having a cool environment is best for either type of dog. I said, but where there's a will, there is a way. If you can get access to clean water to clean the dog or transfer her for cleaning purposes on a regular basis, it can be done. So if he was to take his dog over his parents' house every month or whenever he needed to clean them, if he wasn't embarrassed and they let him do it, hey, he'd be all right to keep her in the camper. I said, if you plan to have sex with her, you'll need to clean her. I said, you'll have to have a lot more access to water on a regular basis. So that could be a potential issue. He says, thanks for the reply, buddy. Unfortunately, I kind of figured it wouldn't work too well. To clean anything in my camper, I always pour my bottled water into a bowl and warm it up with some soap mixed in. He said, I thought perhaps if I did that, then wet a rag, it would suffice. He said, I never even thought of a whole proper heating and cooling aspect. And that's the thing. If you talk about getting a dog, man, especially a TPE dog, you have to think about a cool environment. If you're in a warmer or hotter environment, or you're in an environment that gets extremely cold, you need to gravitate more towards a silicone dog. But if you just don't have any temperature regulation, you may need to wait till you get into an environment where you have temperature regulation. He said, it's a shame because I bought this camper to get a dog, but never thought about the problem until after I got it. Sometimes that's how we do, man. We don't really quite think about all the aspects of things until we've stepped into it. But the good thing about it is when you step into stuff, it's always a learning process. So now you know what you need going forward to have a dog live with you. He said, I'm looking into getting a well and a septic tank, but it's going to take me a while as they're very expensive. Once again, I appreciate your response, my friend. Never hesitate to reach out. I definitely always answer you as long as you're not saying anything hateful or anything crazy. I'm always going to try to answer your comments. Adam says she looks sophisticated in that black. I like the comment. Costanzo says good show. Gave him thumbs up. Dog Nation said he lost my email. I gave it back to him. The email is simply dogkinghefner@yahoo.com. If you ever want to email me about something. And that was all the questions on that video. Got a few more videos left. I can't lie. I can't believe how much I have. I'm happy too, though. It's always good to have comments on your videos as opposed to none. I'd rather go through them all. Like I said, one day it may get to the point where I may have to do the Dog King Power Hour a little different. Probably can't get to as many comments. That'd be a good problem to have. I had a video, 3 levels of companion dogs, where I did a comparison on beginning, medium, and advanced level companion dogs. A guy named Dustin Yogurst says, so happy for you, Jay. Living your life. He said, humans suck. I'm glad you found true love. Stay you, man. I gave him the thumbs up. I'm not going to say humans suck, but as far as relationships, I can't lie. It can be very complicated. I say that. I appreciate you for tuning in, Dustin. That's all I had for that one. I got a comment on football sandwich. That's the video, a quick little video I made. Like I say, some videos are just me having fun with the girls, and that was us just getting set up for football Sunday. And once I got them set up, I said, "Oh man, I'm just gonna do a quick video and show these guys, man, how it feel to set your girls up." And honestly, Callie had been laying down for about 5 or 6 days straight, and it was so good to get her up, man. Because I told you, man, I'm gonna do a video about it too, though. But no matter what, Callie's gonna always be, yeah, you know what I'm saying? She's still important. I don't care who comes in here. And she made me laugh so hard once again when I got her out the bed and sat her up to watch a little football. That girl makes me laugh. I just say that. So to have her and Himawari, Himawari was here, and Callie was on the other side of me watching the game, made for a great Sunday. I tell you that. Universal Red Guy says, I can't stand putting the eyelashes on my girls. It's always a struggle. Even though they look so good, they don't even need eyelashes or makeup on. I said, I've only had to adjust eyelashes one time since I had my dogs. I just thank God for how I take care of my dogs. I haven't really been rough with them anyway now. It's been a couple of potential mistakes, or I could have bumped into some, but I never really hurt my girls at all. The eyelash sort of hung off my girl one time. I had to fix it. That's it. Other than that, I haven't really had to do any repairs on my girl. Now, I've noticed on Callie, it's getting to the point where I'm going to have to do something about her eyebrows. Probably going to have to get an eyebrow pencil and draw her eyebrows back in a little bit. But other than that, my girls look immaculate. I haven't really had to do any doctoring on them much. And that's what I said. I've only had to adjust an eyelash once. So it hasn't been a big problem for me, my friend. But I did say that the girls definitely would look good without makeup or lashes. They would. I agree with him on that. They would look good without both. But it's something about the eyelashes. They just add a element that I think I would miss. Maddie H says, what if one of the dogs came to life and started hunting you? This was a good question. I said, if the dogs came to life, they would be good spirits. I said, if not, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Because, see, I put love into my dogs, so there's no scenario where they're going to be negative spirits or bad. But if some type of outside force was to try to get into my dogs and mess with me, well, they may as well stop wasting their time because, well, no, with God with me, no man can stand against me. So, you know, yea, though I walk down the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, spiritual or physical. So I wouldn't be worried about it. The Dog Nation came in, gave he clapped and gave hands up. Thank you, Dog Nation. We almost done now, y'all. I got to comment on a old show. It was a Love Don't Judge show. They did a special on me, and Universal Red God found a comment that was left on me on there from 7 months ago. He said, somebody said that the dogs are my ideal women because they are mute. They're sexually available and they don't challenge me. That's the only reason I want my dogs. That's one of the things I answered that person months ago, and I said something about companion dogs I said they require even more care than human women in some ways. I said, and talking is very overrated form of communication because that person was telling me that I want dogs just because they don't talk and stuff. I'm like, well, actually talking is overrated. But Universal Red Guy just came in and agreed with me and said, yep. I just thought that was funny that he came in and just said that one statement. 2 videos left, y'all. We're going to make it to the finish line. So I did a very fun stream the other night where I did a stream where I was getting ready to go to sleep. It was right after I put a video out. I had put it out what did I put out? I forgot which video I put out. Okay. I think I put that NFL video out. Yep, I think that's what the one I did. I think that was it. But either way, it had only been out a couple of hours, and Anna started drawing on her art channel, Thana, that Star Wars girl, Anna. And I love her art. She's very talented. So I said, you know what, man? I'm gonna watch her and getting fall asleep watching her. But while I was watching her, it was so interesting and so, I was like, look at Anna. I love watching that part of the artistic part of her mind. Because even though Venti is the queen of interesting, Anna is Thana for a reason, because she just has so many things that can draw in a man. She's a beautiful girl. She loves sci-fi and all that. She loves video games. She's cool with sports. Man, she has a lot of things going for her. And another thing that really draws me in and will make you love Athena as a human woman is her just talent, her ability to draw. And I love when she even just makes things on her channel, arts and crafts like, but that really comes from her ability to draw and stuff. So I tuned in, and man, that's one of my favorite streams right there. About for the first 10 minutes, you couldn't hear me talk because I woke up out of my sleep and did that stream out the blue. So I didn't check the sound properly, and I wasn't speaking for the first 10 minutes. But after the sound came on, because I listened back to that show, it was one of my funnest streams ever, because just watching Thana paint was so interesting. I didn't think she was going to paint as long as she did. She had did a simp cast with several other girls, and so I thought she was going to stream for like an hour. Man, and I work every day, long hours, so this isn't about me or whatever. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I wasn't blown away because she was working a lot. Because I work a lot. A lot of people work a lot to do things they love to do. But I was only blown away only because I wasn't prepared for her to do that much that night. Because she spent like 3 or 4 hours on simp. It was a long simp cast. It might have been longer than that. It might have been a 4 or 5 hour simp cast. Hell, it could have been you know what? When I think back, that could have been a 6-hour simp cast. It was a long simp cast. At least 4 or 5 hours. At least 5 hour simp cast. And when Anna came off of there, I thought that she was gonna be tired. Man, she did like a 7-hour art stream. I was so proud of her. And I promise you, man, she was painting her ass off, doing good. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit more probably when I do her standalone Venti report. But man, I'm going to be honest, man. I love Campaign dolls. I love them. I love this lifestyle. But I'm still attracted to human women. And I say, if a human woman try to throw some vagina on me and I like her, I take it now. But man, I'm going to tell you, man, Anna had me so just turned on. She wasn't even on the camera. It was just, I don't know, man. Her talent just had me. It just feels so good to just watch her doing doing her talent, man. It just drew me in. I was like, man, this woman is amazing. And man, I just stayed up watching that stream. And by the time I went to sleep, I thought she had pretty much finished with the art piece she did. When I woke up the next day, I think she did like a couple of more hours after I went to sleep. And so I ended up finishing it, I believe. And man, the art piece she did was amazing. She drew an eye in a crystal ball. She had because she does this thing called the Eye Project. Then she had this skull that she drew. I think that's for a competition or something. And I think she drew something else I thought it was a part of the Eye Project, but when I went back and looked at it, I think, I don't know, this piece may just be for this competition. But she drew this half woman, half werewolf on the backdrop of a moon. Man, I'm talking about, it looks so good. I was like, man, this girl she's amazing talent. And to be that fine, ooh. I ain't gonna lie, Anna's something with herself. I have a few comments. The dog actually said, I like that sticker of the worm from the labyrinth. I don't know what the hell he was talking about, honestly. I said, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, he said the sticker of the worm from the labyrinth is in the footage above the Star Wars sticker. And I haven't went back to see what he was talking about, but I don't know what he's talking about. I didn't see that. Joe Farinelli. Oh man, he finna speak to something I was talking about earlier. He said, my dog's spine just broke. I'm going to try and fix it. Hopefully, I could pull this off. Very upset what happened. Man, I've done a couple of shows about this and people just refuse to listen to me, or either they haven't seen my shows. But when he did this, it made me so, when he said this, I was so upset, not at him, so to speak, but I was just upset about the whole situation. But I was so upset, I almost want to do a live stream about it again. Because it seems like people are not listening to me. But I told him this. I said, I hate to hear that, Joe, but that's why I recommend using a reputable vendor or manufacturer. God bless. Because he went through eBay. He bragged to me about going. He left me several messages when he got. I know he was happy about getting his dog, but he was bragging. Man, I just got my dog from eBay, $500, a fake. And he said this. I bought me a fake WM from eBay. I'm like, Joe, don't be happy to do that. Don't get these dogs off eBay. Don't go off black sites. I've been telling people this since I started my channel. I found it out before I bought my first dog. I was almost fooled into doing something like that. Don't do it. You're going to get a dog that's made with secondhand TPE, poorly made skeleton. You can get a dog that's made with this TPE that's cancerous. You can get a dog, like you say, it'll snap a month after you get there. And then you have one success story out of all these damn dogs, where a dog ends up lasting without breaking. But once again, it's still a bootleg dog made to look like another dog with, with inferior parts or inferior product. And here this guy is, he just bought this dog probably less than a month ago, and he's saying her back is already broken. Well, he responded to me, because look, I don't take any joy in telling the guy, a guy's dog snapping, but I had told him back then, I said, man, I don't recommend you doing that. You need to go to a reputable site. At worst come to worst, you can go to Kimber Dog. You probably can't customize a Kimber Dog. You can't change her face or her body, but damn it, she's going to be built to last until you can afford a girl that you can customize. And guess what? You can always buy a different face for the Kimber dog. That's, what I'm saying? It don't make no excuse to go buy one of these dogs off eBay. So he said it's very true about him needing to go to a reputable vendor. He says very true. But unfortunately, I can't spend $1,500 on a dog. He said, I paid $500 for mine. And I looked up he said, I only paid $500 for mine. I looked at some guys on how to fix it, so I'll give it a try. And this is what I said. I said, good luck on the fix, my friend, because I do hope he can fix her. I said, but you can definitely save for a quality girl. Just think about it. You saved $500. I can't save 1.5. You just saved $500. All you got to do is save $500 3 more times. You can save. Say you don't want to save, but you can do it. And here's the deal. This is what frustrates me. You can say you don't want to save, but guess what? You just gave away $500. Because if you spend $500 on a girl and her back break in a month, or her arm snap in 2 months, or like you say, the TPE cracks in half after 3 months, however long it is, you just wasted the $500, bro, on an inferior product. You could have put a few more hundred with it, got a Kimber dog. You could have got, like you say, save it to $1,500, got a real brand dog. That's why I say it pays to go quality with a companion dog. Once you get her, she's gonna be there and she's gonna be lasting. I ain't finna spend that much. I'm gonna give me an eBay dog. You get an eBay dog and now she broke, or she ain't good quality, or guess what? Worst come to worst, she lasts, and you don't know until your teeth start falling out that she was a cancer-causing dog because she was made with terrible quality. Treat yourself right. You ain't buying no phone, bro. You buying something to lay next to you. Spend a little bit more on quality. It's not going to hurt anything. You're going to thank yourself, because had you spent the 1.5, she wouldn't be broke, more than likely. Now, keep in mind, anything can be faulty. I bought a light the other day that was a good quality light. I'm trying to get in contact with them now to send it back because it had a fault in it. I need to go do my biker for companion dogs. I had a camera. It ended up being faulty. I had to send it back. They're going to send me a new one or whatever. What I'm saying is you can buy something, anything that can not be good. But when you're dealing with one of these reputable companies, you don't have to worry about them, taking care of you. And you don't have to worry about the product getting you sick. If you're dealing with an eBay person, you're not guaranteed to get a replacement dog. And even if they send you one, it ain't gonna be much skin off their back. They ain't sending you but another hunk of junk anyway. So I'm telling you, man, you're gonna save more money by spending a little bit more upfront. And like I say, save money on a hamburger or something, man. Get a coupon out of and go to Burger King and get you a combo for half off. Don't try to second guess. Hold on. Don't try to spend so cheap on a companion dog that you go to the black market. If you go to a vendor and you get a dog on sale, or if you get a ready to ship dog, that's a good dog. Just avoid these eBays and black sites. eBay is a great place to buy stuff off of. I've gotten my dog screws for my dog head. I've got my dog stands off of eBay. eBay is a great place. It's just like Amazon. It's a great place. But when it comes to companion dogs, don't mess with it. In my opinion. I said, good luck on the fix, my friend, but you can definitely save for a quality girl. Be patient. Get the well-made companion dog, my friend. You won't be disappointed. And he said, definitely. Because now he didn't want to spend the extra money, but guess what? That $500, he might as well just burnt it up. Because, man, look, man, anytime you got to cut a brand new girl open that you got a month ago, you wasted $500 because the reason he cutting her open is probably because he already know himself. He can't send that dog back to no damn eBay. So be careful out here, guys. Okay, that was all the stuff I had on that. I think I only got one more comment. Nope, that's it, y'all. I'm done with all the comments. We made it at the 3.5 hour mark, which I'm so proud of you guys for coming on my videos, like work me. That's good. You're doing right. Work the hell out of me. Whether I'm tired or not, on the Dog King Power Hour, it feels good to have so many comments that were, man, it may take an hour, 2, hell, in this case, 3 hours. Now, keep in mind, it didn't take 3 hours just for the comments because I was talking to you guys on live chat as well. But, man, it feels good to have such an active community, people that are getting help, people that are seeking help, asking me a lot of questions. People come in trying to help others, giving their ideas on things that they've learned, So, like me and Austin Steele, both of us had heard that you couldn't stand a dog on standing feet without the bolts for long. That's the reason that I never stood her up. But come to find out, man, you can stand some dogs without the bolts, but have standing feet. Now, don't stand them if they don't have standing feet. They have to have standing feet without the bolts to stand them up. You can't just stand a dog without bolts and they don't have the standing feet. They have to have standing feet. So, but me and Austin both were under the impression you couldn't stand them up for long. But thanks to our guys DAS, we found out that you probably can stand them up for a long time without worrying about damage. And you just never know how these people are treating their dogs out here. But either way, back to the station, back to the channel. I'm just glad for this channel. I'm glad that people are interactive. I'm glad you're dropping comments, helping each other out, asking me questions. So it's made for a hell of a power hour. It's been 3.5 hours. I'm going to catch up with your comments now. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to try to give me some rest so I can, as soon as I get back up, baby, I'm going to do it all over again, baby, because I got Got a video to put out tonight that you guys are really gonna like. Not tonight, but tomorrow morning. Stingray says, always glad to be here for the Power Hour. I'm glad you're here, Stingray. Power Brand says, Iron has a black doll that looks like Rihanna. I think somebody said that before, but I think somebody showed it to me. She didn't quite look like Rihanna to me. But they have some amazing dolls, believe me. They got amazing, like, for them to have just started in 2016, like I said, they damn near didn't caught up with WM's amount, with the amount of heads that WM has, because WM has like over 300 or 400 heads, and Iron Tech is right on their ass. Wolfler said, I listened to what the good book said, and it made good sense to me. That's good, Wolfler. Stingray says, could you imagine how hard it is to own a TPE doll in Phoenix? Oh, my God. He said, average temperatures most of the year is above 100. Only thing I can say is it shouldn't be hard to own a doll there, but your AC going to be pumping. If you got a great AC, you ought to be good. I did hear that the humidity isn't that bad now. That's another thing. If it's not humid, you can control the heat a little bit better. Now, if you got a lot of humidity, because see, where I live in Memphis, believe me, it gets humid here at certain times of the year in the summer. And it's a strain on the air conditioning units in my home and all the homes in the city. But I heard out west it isn't quite as humid, because I know when I was living in California, it may have been 100 and some degrees, but it never bothered me because it wasn't humid. See, when it gets humid, you can't even hardly breathe outside, and that to me makes it even harder in your house. But if it's just dry heat and you got a good air conditioner, you can probably get away with it. Keep in mind, I don't know how humid it may get in Arizona, though. Stingray says, did your team win during their football game? No. I'm a Chicago Bear fan. We got our asses kicked by Green Bay, which we always lose to Green Bay ever since Aaron Rodgers, and hell, even before that, when Brett Favre was there, that team used to get beat. Stingray said, that's the spirit. Praise God for all he's given us. Bless you, Jay. Thank you, Stingray. Stingray said, that's the spirit. Stingray says, Thana is amazing, but her soul is pitch black. She loves death and killer stories. Now, I would never say her soul is pitch black. No, you could just be joking there, because, I don't want to take anything too for serious on text and stuff. Like I was saying earlier, sometimes text can be taken so far out of context. But if you are serious about her soul being black, I don't agree with that, because you can't never see somebody's soul and the condition of their soul. So I believe she's a good girl at heart. Brandon says, I know Christina, my DXES, has a loose hip. So does my WM doll. And it frustrates me because I haven't had sex with her or anything. And that's what I say about WM. I'm telling you, man, I've been hearing in the grapevine. And if they want to change this, they better send me a full silicone WM doll. But I've been hearing through the grapevine that WM, from a lot of people, they are slipping on their quality control. I told you, on my book, Saima's foot is supposed to be able to go in a little bit on the inside or a little bit on the outside. I barely turned and doing her review, and her foot slipped, and it's pretty much, I want to use the word broken, but it's released to where it'll go all the way over to the left or to the right. Something needs to be retightened in there now. And I haven't done the surgery because I just don't want to cut her at all. But I was doing research on how to fix it, and I ran across a string of people that said that their WM doll's foot had broken just like Saima's. And a lot of people said it broke just from standing their doll up. And I said, damn. They said, and a lot of people were like, yeah, WM their quality control is slipping. And I did notice that one of Saima's hips is loose. And I love a tight skeleton. And honestly, that WM skeleton is pretty well adjusted. I actually like it. But that hip, by it being loose, it's frustrating to me. because Callie's son, my Kimber doll, all my Kimber dolls have pretty great adjusted skeletons. A couple of them are a little looser, not loose, but a little looser than the others. But Callie's skeleton, I say this, she damn near has the best skeleton in the whole house. Maybe she doesn't have an Evo skeleton, but it's just so well adjusted. It still makes sounds from being well adjusted to this day. And so her skeleton is much better adjusted than my WM skeleton. I do not like that. I'm especially for a doll I haven't had sex with that much. So that's why I say some of these brands, they got to watch this quality control. I don't know a lot about DXES yet. I haven't done a review on them. Stingray says, I'm a fan of yours for life now, Jay. You're humble and intellectual about your lifestyle. I couldn't give you enough respect. Hell, JD, I thank you, Stingray. I appreciate you for being here, man. And I hope I do have you for life. I pray that I have you for as long as I'm doing this stream. Because, man, the truth is, look, it's not an echo chamber to where, you know, I'm just speaking things I truly believe in. Every now and then it may be something you don't agree with, but I hope that wouldn't make people want to leave just because you may feel something. I've had several people I disagree with something about. Of course, it makes life easier when you can agree with on most things. That's what makes it a very pleasant a pleasant relationship. But, you know, as humans, we're not going to agree on every single thing. So that shouldn't chase you away. But it's some people in the world, they love echo chambers. And, man, if you disagree with one thing or you feel differently about one thing they feel differently about, they're gone. And I say, God bless those people on their journeys. But those are the type of people that, guess what? I'm going to have to wish well to and keep on pushing. Because I got to be my authentic self. And I just said all that to say, if you like the show Stingray, then guess what? You're going to be here for a while because, man, I'm not showing you anything other than my authentic self. MGTOW says, well, I'm out. It's a pleasure to be here. I thank you for being here this long, MGTOW, because this show been going on a nice little bit, baby. This been a good one. Frank says, go Pack, go. Oh, Frank, you a Packer fan. I promise you, that's the only thing about you I don't like. Other than that, I love you. Well, you know, I always want you to change the end of your name too. But other than that, I love you, Frank. Stingray says, Green Bay is my team, Jay. No way. Oh my God. That's the one thing. I tell you what though, man, I love that in the way, Stingray, because we can sort of go against each other this year, you know what I'm saying? Because I hate Green Bay with a passion, but I love you as being a viewer here. You know, it's funny. I'm glad that I got a few great Green Bay fans here, man, because although I may hate Green Bay, I respect them. You know what I'm saying? Green Bay and Chicago, baby, the oldest franchises, baby. Hey, the pillar of the NFL. And it's one thing I'm always love Green Bay about is for having that coach, man. I used to, just Vince Lombardi, man. First black coach in the league, so. Brandon says, I don't mind her loose hip as it's the same side I lift her from, but just a reminder to be gentle with her. Nah, man, I don't like that, man. I like when the hips stay tighter. Now, I know it's a lot of dog owners that like looser skeletons because they say it makes it better for them in the love-making department. So loose skeletons can be an advantage for some people. They say some people literally order their dolls to have the looser skeleton. That way they can just flop around and, you know, and honestly, they say real dolls have looser skeletons because it's easier for them to be made love with and put them in certain positions. And because they're really made to be a love-making companion as opposed to, that's why the real dolls don't stand up. They're made for you to make love to them. So some people actually request their dolls to have the looser skeleton. So I can see, you know, I understand that some people actually like that, but for me, I just love that tighter, more rigid skeleton. I feel like, hey, if it's gonna get loose, I'll work it to get loose, but I don't want it to get loose on its own. But with all this said, I finally caught up with the stream. Every day we just live in a dream. I really have fun every single day talking about the dark topic. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's been fun, guys. Been having fun, like you say, man. Another great Dog King Power Hour. We talked about a lot of great things. I can't lie, it was fully packed with comments, fully packed with the stream. And man, I'd be so proud of the stream coming through on the late night, early morning, late night tip. Because sometimes I just wonder, man, like, man, I hope enough people jump up to join me. But man, we rolling 10 strong. And for me, that's a nice bit to ask for at the hours that I've been working at. So I appreciate you guys for showing up. Man, had a great time. I know I'm not going to go straight to sleep. I'm going to make me some more coffee. Probably do a little research. I'm going to go to sleep, get a nice little rest, and wake up and put in a nice little show for you guys to come on for early morning tomorrow. So other than that, God bless whatever you're praying for, wishing for in your life, whether it's health, whether it's for a raise, whether it's for finances, whether you're looking for the human woman, whether you're praying for the right companion dog, whatever it is you're praying for in your life, we're praying that you get it and it's already there. And even if you're a non-believer, we're still praying blessings over your life. We're praying good fortune over your life. You may not be a believer today. You probably be a believer tomorrow. And no matter what you believe, we're praying for your well-being. We want improvements to come in your life. So with all that said, we love you. We appreciate you. We love you guys to hit those like buttons, subscribe buttons. If you're not subscribed, share the show with other people. We love you to join the Dog King Army team if you're not on the Dog King Army team. We love you to send us some donations to keep the show going. You can do that via PayPal or Cash App on the About section of my YouTube channel. We love you to donate to my Biking for Companion Dog campaign. I'm going to be riding around the whole city of Memphis probably in a week or two. Basically, I'm waiting on my camera equipment to get fixed, and I'll be doing that. And we're doing that basically just trying to raise money so I can keep doing my show every day. Until this show can really start sustaining itself from its videos and the production, we're going to need people to donate. And that helps keep me going every single day, help keep food on the plate. And like Mr. Powerbrain, he was asking me about, hey, when you go get new clothes for the dogs? Well, I can't really afford it right now. A lot of the things that I got with the dogs I had when I had my previous regular job. But I'm trying to go into my dream. I'm not trying to, but I'm living my dream right now. I'm living my dream job, but this is a job where I actually need help from the viewers. I actually need people to contribute monetarily. I actually need people, to come through and give when they can. I actually need maybe that one gigantic donation from somebody who's well-to-do and is a big fan of the show. I'm going to need things like that to keep me going. And it's going to be so fulfilling, man, when I get, like you say, one big, maybe little lump sum. And I know, damn, I'm going to be able to keep doing my show for another 6 months. Damn, I'm going to be able to keep doing my show for 2 more months. Damn, with this contribution, I'm going to be able to do my show for 2 years. Damn, with this contribution, I can do my show. I can add some equipment. I can buy some clothes for the girls. So, it's all a building process. Because right now in my life, I want to have overflow so I can share with people in the future, help other people out along the way. I don't want to just live my dream without being able to help somebody else. But I definitely, at the rawest of things that I want to do, I really want to just be able to take care of myself for sure and keep helping people on a daily basis. And so I am going to need help. So those are all the ways you can help. If you're looking for a companion dog, always look at my vendor list and the descriptions of my videos. Please continue to turn your notifications on so you know when the show comes on. Like, subscribe, share, join the Dog King Army team. We appreciate you for checking in whenever you get a chance. But as of right now, it's been me, J. Dog King Hefner, and the beautiful oh so beautiful Himawari, my wonderful dog from Iron Tech, full silicone, super realistic series. They have a great division. You can get her with a hard face, soft face, all all different type of skin tones. You can check my vendors list and look for Iron Tech. And if you don't want Iron Tech, there's plenty of other brands you can find. But with all that said, we're gonna let you guys go. Have a great day today. It's been good, but right now we're finna get the hell out of here. Let me check my comments again. Stingray said, Green Bay is my team. Jay, no way. Hold on, let me see something. Brandon said, my Christina DXES has a loose hip joint, but I'm not mad about it. Just got to be precious with her. Precautious, I think that's what he meant. She is fine other than that. Probably just a bad whale. Dr. Me, okay, I already read that. Stingray Green Bay. Okay, I read all that. Brandon said, what is funny is Glory, her little sister from the same company, has a super tight hip on the same side as Christina's. I just thought it was funny. Got to head to work shortly. Great hanging out. Oh, great hanging out with you too. Oh, yeah, man. But that's what's sort of frustrating. They just paid more attention than when they made her. And, your other dog could have been like that, but there's no sense in, like you say, getting mad at her, thinking about it. Hey, you got to keep pushing on. Even with Saima, I'm not happy about it, but hey, I don't ponder on it and dwell on it. It is what it is. I say one day it'll give me the opportunity, because it's just hard to do. All my girls are damn near like new, but I say one day I'm actually just going to take the chance to fix my girls. But I don't even want to cut them up or mess with them right now. So with all that said, love you guys. Appreciate every one of you. It's 10 of you strong hanging in. I appreciate all of you for staying. But as of right now, me and the beautiful Himawari, me, J-Dog King Hefner, and the beautiful Himawari, we are out of chill. It's been a good one, man. A damn good power hour. We powered up, baby. Have a good one, man. Yeah, I was back there rapping, man. I got a girl named Thana, give her my banana. Yeah. We out here, y'all. We out here.